There we go. Cool. So they didn't get any of that intro, but y'all did. Yeah, the lives be crazy. Appreciate you, Mila. Now I'm telling you, like, yeah, the King Hoodie at the Dark experience is definitely not for the faint of heart. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Cool. There we go. The King Hoodie at the Dark experience is not for the faint of heart. You know, we be in here singing, dancing, watching music videos. We be getting into that Whitney Houston bag, and we just it be getting lit. You know what I'm saying? What's everybody up to today, man? Happy Tuesday. King, I have exciting news. I'm pregnant and the baby is yours. Damn. Wow. Well, congratulations to us then. Congratulations. Congratulations to us then. Yes, I'm excited to be a father. Thank you for tapping in, Wilma. I appreciate that. I'm naming our baby Little King. Oh Lord. Oh my God. I guess his nickname is gonna be LK. Shout out to baby LK. I'm gonna see him on the holidays for sure. He'll catch me on some holidays. What's up? Hey, Wilma, that's very funny. I appreciate that. Thank you for tapping in. Dolly, what's up? Welcome to the live. Nah, man, this is definitely intense. What are y'all up to? Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a good day thus far. We're good. It's 10 in the morning. We up. We on it. We doing what we doing. I was 7 minutes behind schedule. However, I had to do like a prayer real quick. I had to do like some meditation to get my mind right and my vibes right. Y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing the live. We about to get it started up in here. We about to get the vibes going. You're such a wonderful and loving father. Let's go ahead and get married in Vegas. Yes, that's the only way. We gotta get married in Vegas. ET, what's up? Appreciate you, ET. If you're not following ET, y'all make sure to follow ET. She's one of the dopest people I've ever met on TikTok. She's a moderator in this space, so she's keeping the vibes A1. She's always coming through supporting, and she has a page called Trigger Warning. And y'all gotta go and subscribe to her. Follow her right now, and then go follow her other page as well. It's a space for healing, and she's about to dominate that space. It's gonna be A1, and we're proud of her. Yeah! Feel me? Appreciate you, ET. You the truth. What's up? Wilma just let me know that I'm expecting a baby. Wilma apparently got pregnant with my baby. Good morning. What up, Ken? What up, Ken? Welcome. Yeah, man. Nah, the vibes. Hey, yo, are you Muslim? No, I'm not Muslim. Yeah, no, I'm not Muslim actually. I don't even know what I am. I'm American. I'm naming our baby Little King. LK, we lit. I'm telling you, that's good. User 131. No, I'm not Muslim. I'm American. I don't really belong. I don't know if I belong to any religious groups whatsoever. I just know I believe in God. I have tons of conversations with God. Matter of fact, the reason why I was a little behind on this live was because I was having a talk with God. I'm like, yo, I got to make a decision today on whether I'm gonna dedicate some energy to doing this, dedicate some energy to doing that. And so now I gotta I had to tap in with God. I'm in a space right now where I don't really want to make decisions by myself anymore. I would much rather make decisions with help. And I think who better to help you than God? Appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. That's funny. Good morning, Savage Savvy. What up? Welcome to the live. Thank you for the follow and thank you for the heart. Appreciate you. Yeah, nah, man. We are absolutely, we absolutely believe in God up in here. You know what I'm saying? We definitely talk about God a lot on this channel, a lot. And now I want to make some noise because this is officially our 33rd official live stream. So 33 is a good number for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shaq. But also, like, you know, I don't know why 33 is a great number. I'm just, like, going off of some of the conspiracy stuff I heard when it comes to, like, Freemasons and stuff. But I'm sure that 33 is a good number. But either way, we're very proud of ourselves that we done made it to episode 33 of the live stream. So make some noise for yourselves, all the homies that be up in here religiously. Yeah. Appreciate it. Hey. So yeah, we getting it popping. Savage Savvy, you know what I'm saying? Do you have an RC car? I do not have one of those. Yes, 3 is my favorite number. Savage Savvy, that's what's up. The song in the background is everything. I'm telling you, we just, come on. Yo, I was watching that Michael Jackson Moonwalker video. I fell asleep watching that last night. Yo, again, for those who don't know, my name is King Hoodie, recording artist from Miami-Dade County, Florida. I make music. You're now tuned into my live stream. Follow me if you're not already following me. This is a dope space for dope conversations, and we about to have one as soon as we just start having one. It just happens organically. We don't really got no scripts or nothing like that. Follow me if you're not already following me. Y'all make sure to tap the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing the live, and y'all help me reach my live goal. Today's live goal is 2 of these teddy bears. So we about to get it popping up in here. Heart, I appreciate the follow. Thank you for that. User 131, is that your real hair? No, User 131, this is not my real hair. This hair is actually attached to the hat, so the hair comes with the hat. Every time I put this hat on, I have braids. When I take this hat off, it's a nice, polished, shiny bald underneath here. So yeah, be ready for that. Be ready for those. Yo, I used to tell people that shit all the time, like, oh, the braids came out the hat, and then people actually was believing me. They was like, oh my gosh, where'd you get it? I'm like, the fuck? Nah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a joke. For anybody who doesn't know, that was a joke. This actually is my hair, yeah. And a beautiful life lesson that I learned in growing this hair is that, bro, you gotta go through the ugly phases, man. Like, you can learn a lot about success from just monitoring nature and like natural things. You'll learn a lot of like just successful principles just by watching the world around you. Yo, in order, somebody complimented my hair the other day, was like, oh, you have beautiful hair. I'm like, thank you for that, I appreciate it. However, in order for me to get this beautiful long hair, I had to have a lot of ugly phases. I gotta have a lot of ugly stages in order for me to get to this. So like, anybody who wants to wake up tomorrow and have this long, luscious hair, it's either gonna be fake, meaning you got some fake hair going on, or it's just, you're lying to yourself. It's not gonna work like that. That's not how nature works, bro. You gotta go through it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through whatever it is you wanna go through. When you grow on a plant, you gotta watch it be small before you watch it get big. If you grow in a business, you gotta watch it be small before you watch it get big. And the sad part is a lot of people, like, they want to just jump to success. They want to just jump. Lady J Ann, what up, Lady J? Thank you for the gift. A lot of people just want to jump to success. You know what I'm saying? They just want to jump to like the pretty parts. They want to jump to the polished part. They want to jump to the viral part. They want to jump to the part that's social media worthy. And it's like, bro, the reality is it's not like that. I forget who they asked this to, but it was some successful entrepreneur that was like, yo, bro, what would you tell to somebody who's aspiring? Lady J Ann, what up? What's up? Welcome. Good to see you. Nice to see you, Lady J. A lot of people want to just jump. I ain't see you in a second. Nice to see you, Lady J. What's up? Welcome to the live. Happy. Good morning. What up, Devin? Welcome to the live. Right now, we're talking about the ugly stages and the ugly phases of success. I forget who they was talking to. They was talking to some entrepreneur, and they was like, yo, what would you tell to people that, like, want to motivate? What would you tell the people that, like, want to, what would you tell the people? Oh, Lord. ACL, what up? Good morning. How you feeling? Welcome to the live. What would you tell to somebody who wants to be a successful entrepreneur? And this entrepreneur was like, I would just tell them, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, don't believe the internet. Don't believe the hype. You got all these people online that are making you think that getting rich is quick. It's something you can do quickly. It's something you can do just by having a Shopify account. Something you can do quickly. Something that's shiny. You're going to have Raris immediately. You're going to have houses immediately. You're going to get followers immediately. And it's like, no, you're not going to get those followers. A lot of people in the digital space believe in this overnight success. You know, it's funny because we was talking the other day about like, what's the difference in the music industry, like from, you know, Michael Jackson time, Whitney Houston time, some of these extraordinary talent time to now. Like, what's the difference? What's the great big difference? And I think a large part of the difference is a lot of people nowadays believe in instant success. They think that it's like, yo, gonna like happen overnight, and it's not gonna happen overnight. A lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna do this much work and get this much results. And I think that back in the day, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, people had a different level of work ethic because being an artist or being a creative or being an entrepreneur wasn't a guaranteed path. So your work ethic had to be extraordinary in order for you to make it. You know what I'm saying? But now people don't have that anymore. They put up one song, it goes up on SoundCloud, it goes viral overnight. And it's a lie. It ends up being a lie that a lot of other people believe. Like they think, oh, if I do a little bit of work, I'm gonna get maximum results. And then when you walk around the world and it doesn't happen for you because that was just a 1 in a 20 billion chance that you're gonna do one thing and it's gonna change your whole life forever. Like you start walking around with this level of disappointment. Oh, I can't believe in my dreams no more. It's not real. It don't work like that, this, that, and the third. You start having this doubt in yourself as if you're not meant to do that thing. But the reality is, you meant to do that thing. You just meant to do that thing properly, bro. It's gonna take work. It's gonna be ugly in the beginning. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be a lot of dog fights. You gotta be okay with it. You gotta be okay with the scary conversations. You gotta be okay with the scary times to post. You gotta be okay with the vulnerability. You gotta be okay with all that stuff, man, because it's not easy and it's not quick. It's not gonna happen overnight. Anybody who's waking up every day being like, I want to be an overnight success, you're dedicating your energy in the wrong way. You could dedicate that same amount of energy to actually being the kind of person that don't need an overnight success, and you're gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get it popping up in here. For real. Yeah. What's up, Devin? Lives. Yup. Carla Martinez. Yup. A lot of times we missing that. You know what I'm saying? Vicky May, it's about sowing seeds. Even farmers know not to expect harvest the next day. That's a fact. That's a mega fact, man. But a lot of times, especially us in this microwave generation, like ever since the microwave came out, people thought that they didn't need to cook that much anymore. And now that you got air fryers, people think that they don't need to cook no more either. It's like, yo, I got an air fryer. I don't need to know how to cook no more. It's gonna fry that thing up. And it's like, nah, bro, you still gotta know how to cook, bro. Like it's not that simple. And a lot of people think that it is. Even to create an air fryer, a person couldn't have a microwave mentality to create an air fryer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that level of grit that say, yo, it's not gonna be instant. And that's the problem. I heard Nikki Giovanni say that one time. And then in the conversation, Nikki Giovanni was talking to somebody. And it was just an interview she was having in her office. And she was saying, I'm really grateful that I went to college when I did. Because we had professors back in the day that when they taught you something, your professor, it produced a certain type of thinking in your mind. Like, I believe that the mindset of us in my generation, we think in these terms, tick, tick, tick. But now the mindset of these younger generations, it doesn't go tick, tick, tick anymore. It doesn't go 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now I think people are just jumping to 2s and 3s and 4s. And when you can't get a 4, in a 2 level, you give up on this thing. And it's like, yo, that's one of the biggest, and most detrimental things that's happening in our society right now. People just expecting instant results. And with that instant result mentality, you're not going to have the mental fortitude to even persevere. Yes, to Nikki Giovanni. And I always remember when I saw that interview when she said that, Vicky May, she was like, yo, our teachers in college taught us to go tick, tick, tick. Meaning like there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3. Even when you wanted to get into business, you knew that it was going to be a long journey. You knew I'm not going to see any money in this business maybe for a year. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it in. Nikki Giovanni, microwave generation. And it's so detrimental, man. And it's really harmful to you because you have these people that are walking around you. We right now live in the most abundant wealth opportunity generation ever. It's never been easier to make money in the history of the world than it is to make money today. You can make money from your cell phone without leaving your house. You could be a call rep from inside your house. You can do Uber, you can do Airbnb, you can do a bunch of different things from inside Instacart, Uber Eats. There's a bunch of different ways you can make money, and still people are finding ways to say, yo, I don't have any opportunities. And it's like, bro, that's a lie, bro. You have a ton of opportunities. You just don't want to see it. One constant theme that we keep saying is we use this Myron Golden quote on this channel. There's never been, Myron Golden said, we live in an abundant world. There has never been a lack of opportunities on the face of this planet. Not opportunities, resources. There's never been a lack of resources on the face of this planet. There has only been a lack of resourcefulness. You feel me? Hey, Virtuous, thank you for the heart. Virtuous City Girl, appreciate you for the heart. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thank you for the gift. Yeah, we live life by this Myron Golden quote, man. There has never on the face of this earth been a lack of resources. There has only been a lack of resourcefulness. That means that it's not true what you're telling yourself that there's no options out here. The reality is you're just not seeing the options and you're not using the option that you actually have. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain thing that I'm scheduled to do today, and in my mind I'm really hesitant. That's why I had to pray to God before I even jumped on the live. Do I want to do this thing today? It's something that I want to make sure that I'm not making an ego-driven decision. Yo, this my ego tell me to do this. Because that's a trap that a lot of people fall into. You make decisions based on your ego. And you gotta, if you don't know the difference between your actual self and your ego, you're gonna make a lot of decisions just reacting to things. Oh, that happened, I'm gonna do this. Oh, this happened, oh, I'm feeling like this, I'm gonna do this. And you're just reacting, you're smacking around life, and you're just bouncing around making idiotic decisions that aren't really gonna produce anything good for you. And so I had to meditate real quick, yo, do I wanna make this decision? And this decision is something that's it'll feel good to my flesh, but I want to make sure I'm not making an ego-driven decision. If I got to stay here and cut the cord on these things, I'm willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? People miss. It's not much about the destination. It's the journey that matters. Yo, it's Vicky May. I'll be honest. I heard that for years, right? And I never liked hearing that. ever. I never like when somebody was telling me that, oh, bro, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I'm like, bro, if you don't get out of my face, this journey is terrible. This journey is hard. It's very difficult. I gotta be fearless every day. I gotta be ultra responsible every day. It sucks out here. I want to get to a certain point where the shit is easier. The shit is just working and flowing in my favor. I don't want to feel like I'm scratching and clawing every single day, and it be like that. Those peaks and valleys in your journey matter. You appreciate the mountaintops so much more, right? And so what I was saying was like, I definitely didn't used to like hearing that statement, but now I understand how true it is. Now I get it. Like, yo, it really is about the journey, bro. And we miss that so hard so many times, you know, especially me. I was missing that for years. Cause I never even liked when somebody told me that shit. Like, oh, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. I'd be like, dog, if you don't shut up and move away from me, I'm trying to get to my destination. I'm not waking up so I can continue to wake up to continue striving for something. I don't want to keep striving every day. I want to get somewhere. I want to do something. Thank you so much for the gift. The changes, I'm ready now, says the changes in you change your mindset. And that's facts. The changes in you do change your mindset. Absolutely. And I like to flip it. Like, your mindset changes everything about your life. I mean, I talk a lot about books over here on this channel, man, specifically because books have proven themselves to be magic to me. And it's undeniably magic to me, right? But just so I make sure not to forget that point I was making before, I had a decision to make that I wanted to make sure it wasn't an ego-driven decision. But I meditated and God is telling me, like, look, man, just because you can't see how this... I'm telling you to go to a certain room and spend time with a certain person. Just because you can't see how that's going to benefit you down the line doesn't mean you should not go. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can't see it initially. Sometimes we deny invitations to places, and we deny picking up certain projects, and we deny going to certain environments or attacking certain like things because we think like, I can't see how that's going to benefit me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can't see how that's gonna benefit me, so I'm not gonna do it. And the beautiful part about the universe is the irony of that statement. Like, in order for people to have even found the land that we call America right now, somebody had to jump in the boat and believe that it was there. There was no guarantee that it was there. It was just like, we think it's gonna be there. Like, so many times in life, you do gotta walk by faith. You might not know how the dots are gonna connect. Steve Jobs says this. You might not know. He said, it's almost impossible to connect the dots looking forward. It's only when you look backwards that you can see how everything connected in your favor. And Steve Jobs said that. And so it's like, yo, sometimes we like are hesitant to make certain decisions because we're like, I don't see how this is gonna benefit me. This look like some side project. I don't want to do that. And little do you know, like, yo, you actually do spend some time on that side project, and then later on, when you look back, you're like, man, if I didn't dedicate some time to that side project, I don't know where I would be today. I'm so happy that I decided to take that leap of faith. I'm so happy I decided to move to that city. I'm so happy I decided to actually like go to that networking event I was invited to, go to that party I was invited to. Trust God in the process. Facts. Virtuous City Girl. And so, like, I just want to motivate people, man. Like, do not be afraid to walk by faith, man. If it's really faith, you know what I'm saying? If it's like you moving in your ego, let's know that. Like, I was late on the live like 7 minutes because I took those 7 minutes to sit and to meditate and be like, yo, what with this decision that I gotta make today? Well, how I'm gonna spend my energy, my time? Am I making an ego-driven decision, or is this a decision that's like rooted in truth? Do I gotta handle that? Beauty Capri, what up, Beauty? Good morning. Like, what is it? You know, because it's so easy to fall into a trap of just doing something as a reaction to something else. And if you're not taking the time to monitor how you feel, you're going to be reacting to different stuff all throughout your life. You're going to be like, I made this decision, but why did you make that decision? Oh, because I wanted to. Did you really want to? Or did you just not want the opposite of what the decision was? Like, did you really want to go and date that person? Or did you just not want to be alone? You know, did you really want to go and, you know, have an affair, or did you just not want to face the troubles in your marriage? You know what I'm saying? Period. I tell myself all the time, even in the uncomfortable moments, you can still sow seeds. That's facts. Super facts. Super facts. Yeah, Vicky May, you on it. I love your vibration, Vicky May. I tell myself all the time, even in the uncomfortable moments, you can still sow a seed. That's a fact. Super fact. Let me see. I know I'm missing some of the comments. I'm gonna start from here. Come on. Oh snap. Being egocentric be tripping everyone up sometimes. Very true. And a lot of people don't even know that, though. They don't even know that they're operating in your ego. If you don't know what your ego is like, if you don't know like what feeds and fuels your ego, then you'll never know what enemy you fighting. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know. It's like, oh, did I really make that decision because I wanted to, or did I just make it as an ego-driven thing? Like, there were some decisions that I definitely made in my past that as I look back on them, I'm like, yo, this was absolutely an ego-driven decision, and I had no business doing it. I was really only doing this thing because I wanted to see the results of like whatever. I just wanted to see how far I could take this thing. And anytime nowadays when I look at my life, anytime I think of like, yo, I'm just thinking of this thing, like how far can I take it? I got to remind myself like, yo, that's an ego-driven decision. You know what I'm saying? If it's rooted in bullshit. Like if let's just say somebody want to work with me and then I'm using it in a certain kind of way or I'm abusing it, like how much can I get from this person? It's like, that's ego, bro. That's not really, if you're not contributing nothing to their life and you're not actually intending to do what it is that you promising you're going to do, you're just using this person. And that's just ego telling you that you're so great, you deserve to take advantage of somebody else's kindness, somebody else's weakness. It's your ego. Oh, I deserve this. Why do you deserve it? Who said you deserve it? What are you talking about? Like, you're just taking advantage of somebody and you're trying to justify it because you believe you're so great or something like that. That shadow work be hitting harder than a Mike Tyson punch. Come on with it. That's facts, man. And the scary thing is, man, so many people are just not doing the work. I tell my friend Yoli this all the time. Like years ago, me and Yoli had a conversation. She came to my crib, she was on the couch, and I was like doing some like computer music mixing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Vicky May says, yeah, those conversations be tough when you're by yourself. You take everywhere you go. You take you everywhere you go. That's a fact. Trust God in the process. Virtuous City Girl. You gotta flow sometimes. Killy, what up, Killy? Welcome. Tell myself all the time. Yup. Nah, it's facts. Like, if you don't know what and fuels your ego, then you're gonna be feeding it unconsciously. Day after day after day after day. Oh, I had a hard day at work. Let me go and eat this food. I deserve it. You deserve it because you had a hard day at work, so you deserve to go and buy some like shit food that's gonna make you fatter and make you more depressed. That don't make no sense. Like, and it's really your ego. Your ego wants to gratify. Your ego is just rooted in self-gratification. You know what I'm saying? Right. Thank you for reminding me of this. I had a conversation with Yoli, and this was a conversation about shadow work. And it was years ago. I remember Yoli sitting on my couch and she was telling me everything that was wrong with herself. She's like, yeah, this is the kind of person that I am, and this is what I'm working on, and this is some of the bad stuff that I've been through, and this is how I responded to some of those bad things, and this is what I feel like, and I have this kind of issue. And she was like, shout out to Be More. Oh, honestly, I did see that. I think a bridge fell in Baltimore today, man. So yeah, shout out to people in Baltimore. That's tough. Leftover crack. That's real tough. Yeah, I was watching that in the gym earlier today. Like, a bridge fell, and a boat hit a bridge, and the bridge fell. That was crazy. But yeah, Yoli was telling me about the work that she had been doing on herself, and I was like, yo, she's telling me everything that's wrong with herself, and I'm like, I had to stop what I was doing. I looked at her. I'm like, yo, it's so refreshing to talk to somebody who is real with themselves. It's so refreshing to talk to somebody who I can tell that you're doing the work. You can tell me everything that's wrong with you. You can tell me everything that's wrong with your character. You can tell me about your traumatic upbringing. You're doing the work. And it feels good to people that's also doing the work. And you're like, damn, okay, I appreciate your energy. And I know I can see eye to eye with you because you're being real with yourself. Versus somebody else who's not being real, somebody who thinks that they're just perfect and they're flawless and they have no issues and no problems, and everything that ever happened bad in their life was someone else's fault. And they have a long list. They've done work. It's just idiot logic work. They have a long list of everybody else who's to blame for everything that's wrong in their life. And it's like, bro, you walking around with this victim mentality. It's not going to produce anything productive or good in your life. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to constantly find new people to blame for everything that's wrong with you. You got to own your shit. You got to own it. You got to be like, yo, look, yeah, I may have had traumatic experiences as a child. Some of those things are out of my control. But what is in my control is how I handle today. I'm going to handle this shit today. And I'm going to look at my child and say, okay, based on what happened to me, I grew up in a certain kind of manner. And that manner produced this certain type of personality inside of me, these certain type of traits, these attributes, these like insecurities, these doubts, these fears. And once you got a map of who you are as a person, bro, the way that you show up in the world is so much better. People can feel it. I can feel it. If I talk to you and you're listing everything that's wrong with yourself and how you're tackling it and how you're working on it, I'll be like, yeah, I can work with this person. I can work with you. I can hang with you. I can chill with you because your eyes are open. You're not somebody who's blind to your own contribution to your own like life. You know what I'm saying? And some people are. Some people are really hiding from that. I'm Jasmine. Thank you for the hand heart. Some people are really hiding from that. You know what I'm saying? They're hiding from the truth. And it's just to say like, yeah, that shadow work hit harder than a Mike Tyson punch is facts. Hello, you preaching. Sing 87, what up? Right, we all got our shit. We do. And there's nothing wrong with it. And I always want to tell people like, bruh, you're not strong because you can't say sorry. My pleasure, King. Absolutely, Jasmine Major. Good to have you up in here. Appreciate you. Like, you're not strong because you can't admit nothing's wrong with you. Not saying sorry does not make you strong. And I used to tell like my girl at the time, I used to tell her this all the time, like, yo, not saying sorry does not make you strong, bruh. Not saying sorry actually makes you weak. You're the weakest person in the room because you can't even admit when you're wrong, which is the craziest thing in the world, bruh. Like, it's literally psychotic. Like, I think that some people put it into their mind for them to say sorry or for them to admit that they're wrong, it somehow is connected to their like whole being intrinsically. So if I say sorry or if I apologize, I'm destroying myself somehow. And it's like, bro, you gotta unpack some stuff. Vulnerability is strength. Facts. Yeah, Vicky May, you know what time it is, for sure. No, like, do not attach your shortcomings to your personality as a whole. Yo, you can make a mistake, but you are not a mistake. You know what I'm saying? You can do something bad today, but you're not a bad person. That doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. You're spot on. I'm telling you, it's only because this what this space is about. We be having vibes up in here. And it's very good that I look to my right at the right time because my computer's about to die. So if I don't charge it, it's gonna be a wrap. But that's what this kind of conversation is about. That's what this space is about. These are conversations that we have every morning at 10 a.m. So if you're not already following the kid, follow me. Follow me, follow ET, follow Devin Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Follow us. Because these are the vibes that we be kicking early in the a.m. for everybody. Bam. Charging. Perfect. We saved ourselves. No, but it's real. And I've met people in my life, man, that have such a hard time apologizing, having such a hard time like admitting their fault. And it's like, yo, bro, like, it does not make you weak at all. It actually makes you stronger. The kind of man that can walk inside a room and say, yo, guys, I really don't know what I'm doing in this space right now. I apologize if I did anything wrong. I'm super sorry. I'm working on myself. I'm not perfect, but I definitely want to get better. Can you guys help me do this? It's like, oh, bro, that's the kind of person you want to give, what is it, king and country to? You know what I'm saying? Bernadette, thank you for the hearts. Appreciate you, and appreciate you, ET. Thank you for the gift, ET. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, let's get it. Jasmine Major says, plus apologies aren't just for the other person. They are to activate your spirit and forgiveness. Facts. Super facts. And a lot of times we don't see that, man. Like, some people look at an apology as if it's like an admission of like guilt, an admission of shortcoming, an admission of failure. It's like they look at a sorry as if some permanent mark against them. And it's like, yo, no, bro. Like, you got this really misconstrued. Elevating mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Nitty. What up, Nitty? Nitty, welcome to the live. Yes. And like, we miss that stuff. So sometimes, like, man, I don't know. Like, I just like to speak from some of the experiences that I've had with some people. And I know, like, it's tough because some of us have grown up in really, like, critical environments growing up. Like, I know somebody, she grew up in a very critical household with a parent that was constantly judging her. Parent was like hyper focused on everything that was wrong. Your parent is like, what kind of person do you grow up being? Mila, thank you for the hand hearts. Appreciate you, Mila. It's Vicky May. Unfortunately, some people haven't evolved in their journey yet to realize it. Very true. And that is sad. Like, I know somebody, she grew up in a very critical household with a parent that was hypercritical of her performance in every way. Like, what does it create inside of a person when you grow up with a parent that whispers your accomplishments but screams your failures? It'll make you a hypercritical person of yourself to the point where you can develop either one or two levels of psychosis, right? Which is, one is obviously healthier than the other. One would be like, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be the kind of person that's like, you know what? F you, bro. I don't care about your level of judgment. I don't care about living up to some like misconstrued standard that you have, and I'm not gonna be so critical on myself, bro. Like, you whisper my accomplishments and you shout every time I do something wrong. I'm not gonna be so harsh on myself. I'm not gonna judge myself by that measure or that metric. I'm done with this. I'm gonna play my own game and I'm gonna reinforce myself. That's one way. That's a healthy way to do it. But then you have another level where it's like, okay, a person who grew up in a hypercritical household where somebody is literally pointing out and screaming your shortcomings at you every day, making you feel really bad for getting wrong answer in somebody's like question that they ask you. That person can internalize that. That person can then become hypercritical of themselves, and in an attempt to like save themselves, and because right now they have a bed of insecurity that they're sleeping in constantly. So in order for them to save themselves, they turn that insecurity or that inferiority complex into a superiority complex. And it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do everything in my power to never be wrong again. And so this person will like go into life with assumptions. I'm gonna jump to a conclusion super quickly from the onset so that I don't be wrong. Or if I ask you a question, I'll be like, yo, what do you prefer, this or that? Oh, I prefer both. Why do you prefer both? I prefer both because I can see how this is good and I can also see how this is good. Every time I ask you a question, you're saying you prefer both. Okay. What that's telling me is that you're so scared of being wrong. You're doing everything in your power to not be wrong. And then I already know you, so I know that you refuse to admit you're wrong even when you are found out to be wrong. You have this phobia of being wrong because you grew up in a hypercritical environment. So you had to like tell yourself, I'll never be wrong. I'm going to do everything in my power to never be wrong. And I'm going to just be right at every turn of the dial. And it's like, yo, bro, you're hurting yourself by living like that. You're filling your mind with just like unnecessary pressure. I went through that as I got older. I let go and let God promise to never treat my kids that way. Hey, that's real, Bernadette. That's real. And I'm happy that you made that decision, yo, because like sometimes parents don't know what they do to kids like at all. When you just are so critical. Yo, I've seen parents beat children for things that children just do as children. And I'm like, man, I'm so happy that you're not my parent. And then it makes me think about when I was a kid. Like, I used to get beat for doing things that kids do. And I'm like, damn. And none of those beatings worked because we kept getting beat. So it's like, the beating obviously didn't work after a while. All you're doing is making us violent. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine Major says, it can also happen when you have an enabling parent who always praises you even when undeserved. Really? That's interesting. I would like to know more about that. It can also happen when you have an enabling parent who always praises you even when undeserved. Yeah, what does that produce in somebody? That's interesting. Because that sounds like somebody who's like kind of being coddled. So I have no idea what that's like. I have zero experience in being coddled. We was not coddled as kids. We was getting our asses kicked, and anything we wanted, you better go outside and work for it because our parents couldn't afford it, so they couldn't buy it for us. There was very little coddling. There was positive affirmations, and then there was a negative, affirmations, but like anything we wanted, we had to go outside and work for. I have no idea what it's like to be coddled and to be like, yo, you're good right here in this little space. So I don't know what that produces in an adult. I can only imagine like it might produce somebody who's like spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Whooping breaks spirits. I never understood the beatings. I'll be honest with you. Like I never understood that as a kid. I remember one time, and I tell this story sometime on the live, like I was getting bullied viciously as a child. Lordana says, I know someone like that. It creates people constantly seeking affirmation. Oof, that's real. I'll be honest, I love positive affirmations. I think my love language is like words of affirmation, but like, yeah, I don't know if I mean, I could go crazy with some affirmations. I will let you talk to me nicely, but then eventually, I think maybe flattery gets you everywhere with me. Maybe I'm a sucker. Yeah, it produces narcissism, which promotes a person to not admit fault. Ooh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, it's going deep over here, Jasmine Major. Let's get to it. So if a person is being like coddled by their parent, it produces narcissism, which promotes a person to not admit fault. This goes deep. Like this narcissism conversation is something that kind of pops in and out of the lives. And I'm a little hesitant like to even address it because that narcissism shit, it's like, I feel like narcissism is a word that everybody is getting whipped with right now. Everyone in society, like, bow, you're a narcissist. And then somebody's like, no, only a narcissist would tell somebody else they're a narcissist. Bow, you're a narcissist. It's like the Spider-Man meme where everybody's pointing at each other, or like a wand. Just everybody's smacking each other with this word. And it's like, yo, I don't know if anybody even really knows what it means anymore. Jasmine Major says, so it's something I experienced in a domestic violence situation. Ooh, he was never wrong ever. Ooh, wow. I'm sorry that you experienced that, Jasmine Major. Yeah, that domestic violence shit is like, man, I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't know how people justify it. I don't get the mentality behind that. Like, how are you? I don't get it. That has to come from self-hate. It has to, right? LOL. But it taught me how loyal, loving, and kind I am, so I learned the most. Man, that's real. Yo, shout out to you. Wow. I'm happy that you pulled those like good nutrients from that situation. Like, it taught me how loyal, loving, and kind I am, so I learned. Yeah, Jasmine is on it. Jasmine is on it. Y'all, I gotta follow you guys. I'm gonna follow Vicky May, and I'm gonna follow you, Jasmine, because I'm loving y'all vibes right now. Bam, bam, bam. Nah, but that's tough, bro. Like I've never seen a domestic violence like relationship up close too much, so I don't really know. All I know is that I'm the only boy in the house for the girls, and if anybody's gonna put their hands on my sister, like they was gonna get jumped. You know what I'm saying? By me, by everybody. So I don't think that really. And if it did, in the instance that my sister told me something about being abusive once, and this was years after that had happened. So I was like, You can't do that. Like, you can't hide it from people and then tell us years later, like, how are we supposed to help you? You know? It's definitely thrown around a lot now. Bro, the word narcissism is thrown around like it's almost like something you're scared to catch. Like, bam, you're a narcissist. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Only a narcissist would accuse someone else. So, bam, you're a narcissist. Oh my God. I'm a narcissist. And the only person who's not a narcissist is the actual narcissist. The only person that's not getting any of that smoke is the actual narcissist. It's crazy. It's crazy. But what you just broke down psychologically about like the psychology of someone who gets coddled and gets like constantly praised even when they don't deserve it by their parents, creating narcissism is crazy. I've never seen that up close because I don't really know too many people that got coddled. At least I don't think so. And it's interesting to see. I've never seen that. Bernadette, my parents' treatment led me to being in a domestic violence relationship and blame myself for it. That's tough. Guest request. Jasmine Major, what's up? Welcome. What's up, Jasmine?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Convo's getting deep, huh?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to just like jump on really quick because I talk about this a lot in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole process of therapy healing and narcissism and just like rediscovering yourself, like your whole self.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it was a super shock to me. I'll give you like a little bit of the background story. I dated my best friend of 15 years, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the whole time I knew him, he was amazing, right? I knew his mom. I saw what was happening, but until we started living together, it was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was I started seeing how deep the situation was. It didn't start with him. It started with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so his parents got divorced, his dad moved on, started dating other people, his mom never did though, right? So like 8 years of her being single, she got super attached to her son, right? Basically converted him into a pseudo husband, and that's where it started becoming more and more of a problem, right?
God.
So she starts needing his attention, wanting his attention. I was never a problem until he and I started getting closer and closer and closer. Like we built a business, we had a household, everything. Like I actually overheard him tell his boss one day, "Oh yeah, me and my fiance." So I'm like, "All right, we're moving in the right direction, right?"
Right.
Nah. So what happened was, as that continues to get like better and better for us, his mom starts getting more and more crazy, like telling him more, "Oh, like you're the breadwinner. Oh, you do. Oh, you should be tired. Oh, you do everything. Oh, you're so wonderful, son. Oh, this literally I talks to him every single day. You're so wonderful, son. You do everything, son. What can I do for you, son?" Like that's how she talks to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely distraught. Now, mind you, I was his partner in business, right? Ran half of our company, 24/7 car rental company. I also worked my own job,
Mm-hmm.
right? Cooked, cleaned, everything. So it's not like I wasn't doing anything. So don't get me wrong. Like I'm doing everything at home.
Right.
This man did not cook. He did not clean. I did everything, and I helped him run the company. I stopped working my job so that I could help him build the business he wanted full time.
You sound like a dream. I just gotta say, you sound like a dream. You sound like a dream, like a Disney.
No.
You sound like a Disney princess fantasy right now. I'll be for real.
And that's what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean? Like we were best friends. When we started dating, all of our friends were like, "Dang, we've been waiting for y'all to get together." You know what I mean? It was like that. Like I really thought this was about to be my Netflix movie, right? Like this is about to be everything.
Right.
Until he started to mistreat me, and then that became a problem. And so I noticed like a year and a half in, around 2 years, he started to call me out of my name. He started to like basically tell me I wasn't valuable, undermine me in the business, like talk to our partners about stuff, and then try to act like I didn't give him information. And I'm like, yo, first of all, I always have your back. Like I always have your back, no matter what. Any problems we have in business and life, like I always got you. Always took things to I believe in having side conversations with your partner, right? You don't do things in public. Like you bring this home, you have a conversation about it, you figure it out internally, right? And then you build and you grow together,
Yes.
right? Like I believe in building, growing, creating legacies, breaking generational curses, not doing things just because our families have done them for years. Like we are our own person. It is our responsibility to be the best version of ourselves. That's why I have gone to therapy, right? Because I don't want to put anything into my children that I had the capacity to change myself, right? All of this. But what I noticed was, as as he started acting like, crazy and crazy, or calling at me out of my name, it was affecting me, my stress level, right? So not only did I get closer to God and I found out who my real friends were, right, because they had my back, but my health was deteriorating. Like, I got an ulcer, I lost 50 pounds, I was really sick. So I got out of that, right, and I realized the entire time when I was being told that I wasn't valuable, that I didn't bring anything to the table, that nothing I did mattered, that I needed to get health insurance, I needed to see a therapist. And I actually asked him one time, this is what got me, I said, will you go to therapy with me? Like, let's do it together, right? Because I knew it wasn't just me, but I was also okay with going to therapy, right? Because I'm okay making myself better. That's what I want. I want to be the best version of me. He told me, did not need to go to therapy, I was the only problem. I'm like, okay. Alright. I was like, one of us has a brain, it's clearly not you. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that was my personal experience, like, with narcissism. Like, I would see him talking to partners, to clients, and it just got worse. Like, as his mother needed more and more of his attention, as she continued to tell him, oh, son, you're doing everything, like, completely disregarding what I brought to the table, completely disregarding the fact that I took care of her son, right? I allowed him to focus on his business. I took care of everything at home, right? Everything. So I'm like, and granted, if we were out and about, like, of course, he would take us out, he would pay for dinner and stuff like that, but he doesn't even know how to cook. Like, I kid you not. I left for a month to do home health care. I came back to 5 garbage bags full of laundry because he had not done any laundry the whole time I was gone. And I just came back and I just got everything. He was like, oh, I was going to take it to the cleaners. I was like, don't even worry about it. Like, I got it. It's like, I'll just put it on the schedule. It's no problem, right? I noticed his behavior was different, right? He was always right. I was always wrong. He apologized 3 times during our 2 years. The first 2 times I actually thought they were genuine. The last time he apologized was on my birthday this year. He sent me a text message. Now, mind you, I haven't talked to him in like a year. And the text message that, I kid you not, hey Jazz, happy birthday. I didn't regret it then, but I regret it now. You won. I kid you not, this is what the text message is. It says, you won. Congratulations, blah, 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 right? I hope you get everything that you deserve, everything that you're looking for. And I'm like, that's a really half apology, right? That's not a real apology, but you know what? My time in therapy allowed me to extract what I needed out of that apology. I was like, I do deserve everything that I want. I absolutely do, because I am a good person. I am a good woman, right? And I have always been, I've always been true and whole, right? So as many times as he tried to break me, it's not gonna work, because I wasn't in this just because of you. I was in this because of me. I was in this because I loved you, not just because you loved me, right? So my actions are contingent upon what my moral standing is, right? I'm not gonna mistreat you just because you mistreat me. I'm gonna treat you right because it's the right thing to do, and that's how my heart tells me to behave, right? And so that's what I noticed. When you're with someone who's a narcissist, like, your existence eventually gets disregarded, right? Because they matter most. They will always matter most. And so when that comes to like an apology or any of those things that we were talking about earlier, you might get it, but if you do, it's for the point of manipulation, right? They will continue to do that because it caters to you. They know you, right? And I was the easiest person to manipulate because he knew me for 15 years, right? So I'm like, I get it. I had all the skills you needed to build your company. I get it. You needed me, right? And so that's what I got out of it. I realized afterwards, I was like, it sucked going through it. It sucked. It almost destroyed me, right? But I took the initiative to do something different, right? To take care of myself, because I spent that energy taking care of him. And at the end of the day, he ultimately didn't care. Like, manipulation on his part from his mom, like it trickles, right? It's not just his fault. It is his fault for not taking action, right? But his mom contributed to that too, right? His mom, because she played the victim, and then she kind of like sucked him into her vortex, right? She created this whole delusion, right? Oh, son, you're wonderful. Like, that they were together. I'm like, but you're not his wife. You're his mom. You should act like his mom, and you should be supportive of a relationship where the woman is not only trying to contribute to his well-being, but also taking care of you, right? We spent time with his mom. I was not trying to push her out of the picture at all. I loved his mom. I was actually closer to his mom than I was to my mom because at the time my mom was in AA.
Oh shit.
Right.
Damn.
Right. And so it's like it's crazy. I went to therapy. My mom had no idea why I was going to therapy, and then after I got through therapy, she actually started therapy. So she's like 3 years sober. So it's been a whole journey. But I like to share my story because I want people to understand, like, for one, you don't have to stay in that situation. For two, you don't have to be disrespected or called out of your name. For three, you do deserve an apology. And you also have to realize that when you're in that situation, you also have to apologize to yourself. Like, I had to apologize to myself for not setting boundaries, for allowing that, right? For tolerating more than what I should have tolerated. Even though I thought it was the right decision, right? I now know I do not have, like, one time, you get a warning, 2 times, we're done. That's... Yeah, I can compromise, right? You can have a bad day, that's okay. But when it comes to, like, you need to be capable of saying, I'm sorry, like, I was corrected yesterday, and you know what, I have this thing now where I go, I stand corrected. Namaste. Like, I stand corrected, like, that's it. It doesn't change anything about me or my character. It's literally just, like, acknowledging to the universe, there's been a shift, I wasn't on the right end of things, let's get in the right trajectory. That's an apology. And I think people forget that apologizing, like, it doesn't diminish my character, it doesn't devalue me, it doesn't change anything about my intellect, it doesn't change my capacity. It's literally just me recreating homeostasis within my spirit. That's it. That's all.
Hey, yo. Yo, Jasmine, first off, thank you for coming up here and sharing that experience with us. Like, that's tough. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, man. And, I'm happy that it sounds like you took it as a way for it to contribute to your growth as a person and not as like some sort of impediment to your current level of happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know Matty J, CEO?
That sounds familiar, but I can't say I do know.
So he's a young black guy. I think he's either low 30s or high 20s, self-made multimillionaire, got into social media, lives in Dubai right now.
Fire.
I went to a mastermind dinner with him, and during that dinner, he actually shared with me one of his personal documents where he basically marked out a milestone from each year of his life, from starting from birth, okay? And then he used that to basically start putting together his autobiography. He said, you'd be amazed at how well you can validate who you are once you start at birth, and then also just like how you can better understand who you are by backtracking, right? Because you have to have those conversations with people who have memories that you don't have. And so I started doing the same thing, and it really allowed me to see different traumas that I have experienced as vital, pivot points in my life. Right, so I looked back at this for a while. I thought it was awful, like, didn't want to be in any type of relationship. I just wanted to focus on myself, my career, things like that. But then I realized out of that relationship, I learned GarageBand. I've produced 2 albums since then. I've learned contracts, right? So I do all the contracts for my business. It's how I was able to start my company. I started networking. That's when I started working professionally as a voice artist, and now I work as a paid actress. I got to know cars. Like, I was part of a car club. I used to race cars for charity. Like, I got a lot out of that relationship. And that's what I keep. That's what I keep. I'm like, okay, it was a season, and I am grateful that I'm not with him. I'm grateful. If I would have continued to stay with him, like, it would have gotten worse. And so I'm so glad. I'm so glad. What was the question? She was she envious? No, Natalie, not at all. So I love my mom, but my mom lost both of her parents when she was younger, and then my dad passed, and so she had a rough time. So I actually give my mom a lot of grace for that. We weren't close because I was closer to my dad, but I loved his mom. Like, actually, for her birthday, the year before things started getting super crazy, I'm a tea maker. So I actually created an entire new tea line of tea blends for her birthday, and made all of these, like, a charcuterie board and a fruit and cheese plate, and we took her to the botanical gardens. Like, I loved his mom, absolutely. Now, I will say the one thing that was really annoying was she was really intrusive. She got more and more and more intrusive as the relationship continued. In the beginning, it was kind of cute, like, oh, she's calling to check on us, or she's calling to check on him, or she's just talking. But then it was like 5-6 times a day, and then she lived 20 minutes away, and she would like come over, and then she'd be like, I want to stay for 10 days. And I'm like, all right, cool. But you know, like, we're building our relationship. Like, we also needed our space, and so it started to be a problem, right? It started to be a problem, and the biggest problem I had was her behavior. Because there were times where, like, when I still was working as an insurance agent, I actually remember I was at her house with him. We were spending the night because they actually rented our house on Airbnb so that we could use some money to pay for a mortgage because we were financing cars, right?
Yeah.
So, budgeting, everything. So we were like, all right, we're going to stay with her for a couple days, hang out, watch movies, you know what I mean? And I remember they picked out a TV show. I was like, all right, I have one more client call and then I'm free for the night. And they were like, okay, we're gonna pick a show and then we're gonna wait. When you're done, we'll all watch the show. And I finished my call, I come downstairs, and they were already like into the second episode, and I'm like, all right, cool, well, I guess you guys started. Right, so I just go upstairs to go make myself some tea. I'm like, you guys clearly didn't wait for me, you know what I mean? And I knew I wasn't wrong in that situation because his aunt, it was his house, his aunt's house, his mom lived with his aunt. His aunt came and said something to me. She goes, that wasn't right, like she should have waited. You know what I mean? Like, she said she was gonna wait because you guys were doing like a family thing, right? And she's deliberately excluded me, right? So she would do things to keep me on the outside, while at the same time doing things to like make it seem like I was part of the family. So it was, the whole thing was really kind of messed up. I liked that he had a relationship with his mom because he didn't have a relationship with his dad, but it was still a problem. But that was a good question. Do I like his mom now? No. We're done.
Hey.
She actually came and told me one day, she goes, oh, well, he should be tired. He's the breadwinner. Like, you need to make sure you support him and don't argue with him and don't, like, you know, question. I'm like...
But she don't got a man, right?
Right! That was my whole thing. I was like, and this is coming from the divorced lady who hasn't dated anybody since her first husband. I'm sorry, no offense, but I don't care who you are. You could be the Virgin Mary. If you don't have a husband, I do not need relationship advice from you.
Facts.
Straight up.
Jesus. Yes.
Right. I
Yep.
was like, that's what I believe, you know? And
wow. Very true.
Yeah, so I'm big on coaching, right? I don't believe that everybody knows everything. And like, I'm pretty smart, but I will still take coaching. Like, I want to follow a couple who's been married for 50 years, who has struggled, who has gone through the ups and downs, who can actually teach me, okay, how do you have more patience? How do you compromise? How do you communicate? I want to learn those things as we progress together, right? This is a team thing because you choose your partner, right? You choose to be a team. And therefore, you should work as a team. Like, when you play a sport, you don't just quit because somebody's doing something wrong. Like, you figure it out. You come up with a new play. It's the same thing in a relationship. I don't understand why people aren't fighting more for that. Like, they're so quick to just have sex with somebody else or to go out with somebody else or to talk to somebody else. And I'm like, but why?
Jasmine, you have an incredible mindset, yo. It sounds like you're somebody who's like, you're dedicated. You sound like you're dedicated to doing the work. And I feel like a lot of people evade the work, or they know what's required of it and they look for ways around it. Like, oh, how can I get the result I want without putting up any of the work? Hey. Hey, appreciate you, Icy. Every time that hat come up, I just got to pose. But nah, it really sounds like you do the work. So I just want you to know, like, you sound like an amazing person. And again, sorry that you had to go through it. But just so I know, like, the timeline, you said that this person you were with, y'all were best friends for 15 years and then married for 2 years?
We dated for 2 years.
Okay.
So I was living in California and he had a house in DC. And he was... I got a phone call. Like, we used to literally talk FaceTime all day, every day. And one day, this one particular day, I was actually in Texas because I had to go to I work in telehealth. So actually, they fired one of the PAs, so I had to show up in Texas to actually replace one of the personnel to work in the hospital. So I was just chilling, doing my work, on the phone with him. And he's like, hey, Jazz, I've been thinking about it. We've been friends for a really long time. You're the only person who's always been like 100% loyal. He's like, I love you. He's like, I've been thinking about it and I wanted to know, like, if he wanted to come and move in with me, and and it sparked the whole conversation. So like he initiated everything. I did not ask to be his girlfriend. I did not anything. Like I just thought we were gonna be best friends forever, until it shifted, right? And so that's when everything started. So I moved in with him, I don't know, 2020 or something like that. And then it was from then until 2022. And then after that, I actually went into multiple therapy programs. And then sometime after that, I got recruited by the UN to live in Italy. So then I lived in Italy for a year.
Hey, that's fire. Italy! That's fire.
So,
That's fire.
I'm like, yeah, you put in the work and the universe kind of starts to fall into play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about it. Like if you're doing the right thing and you're investing your time wisely, the universe will start to kind of like fall into place, right? And that's what the affirmations for me are. I do my affirmations every day on my live. I do the 369 journal to unlock limitless potential.
I love it.
And I really believe that when you are training your brain, when you're creating new neural pathways, and you are focusing on doing the right things, you're focusing on being the best version of yourself, then your brain will try to prove you right. It's like Paulo Coelho said, whether you think you are, you think you aren't, you're probably right.
Yep.
And so you have to use those affirmations to train your brain, because society is not doing it for us. Like society is going to continue to put all of the negative stuff. Like that's why all the movies on Netflix right now about the end of the world, like they want us to be thinking about that. But we have to consider the fact that even if there isn't a second coming or all of those things, no matter what your spiritual beliefs are, what you can focus on now is being present, right? That's like Eckhart Tolle, I think.
Eckhart Tolle, yeah.
Yeah, power of now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can focus on, right? And if you're focusing on that, then innately you'll be doing the right things, right? We're supposed to serve, we're supposed to communicate, we're supposed to commune, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Man's not meant to be alone, but we're also not meant to torture each other while we're here. So, right.
No, that's a fact. You're on the vibes. Like you're definitely somebody who we like to have on this like specific live and specific channel, because everything you're talking about is everything we do up in here. Like we just talk about positivity and the things that are like going right in society, also the things that are not going right. Like one of the ongoing topics that we've been talking about is, for example, music. Like how music has changed from the sounds of like the 1960s, the 1970s, 1980s to what it is now. And it's like, yo, bro, it's just people, one, not putting in the work, but also two, people's values have changed. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily about love or actually even impacting people anymore. It's like really strategic. It's not something that's like, I'm not putting my soul into this thing anymore. I'm just kind of doing the equation and saying, okay, if I do this right long enough, I'll be Beyonce or Britney Spears, or I'll find a way to make a lot of money in this thing, versus an artist from 100 years ago or 50 years ago who like, yo, there was no financial security in being an artist whatsoever. You had to believe in this thing at the cost of your life, So
yeah.
there's a difference in like what's going on now versus then. But it also sounds like you just do a lot of stuff. You say you're a tea maker too, and then you work for the UN in Italy, and then you're also an insurance agent, and then something else. I feel like I missed some of this, but it sounds like you do a lot.
I love insurance. I'm technically still a licensed insurance agent, but I work in telehealth. So I work for 2 hospitals, and then I work for a private company full time, and then I also work for a business school full time, and then I have my company, and I work as a paid actress. So 4 jobs for now. But that's again because I'm building. When I got out of that relationship, I was in the negative. Everything tanked. Like my credit was tanked. My finance. He kept all of our money. Everything. We made 120K our first year in business. He was supposed to pay out our partners and then pay us. He gave me $600 and bought himself a new laptop and all this other stuff. And that's when I was like, I literally used all of my income this year to help support this business. And I got $600 out of it. So that's when I left. I was like, this isn't sustainable. Like, you're not taking care of me. I'm taking care of you. Like, this is not a partnership. This is very one-sided. And I just knew it wasn't going to be sustainable. It's like, I want a real family. You know what I mean? Like a real relationship with someone. Yeah, it was a learning experience. I had to learn to set boundaries because that was my problem. He was my friend, so I didn't set boundaries. I always give him the benefit of the doubt, and now I realize I still have to, be a little bit more cautious when I make those types of decisions. Even when people seem like they're great people, it's still within my right to set boundaries and to take my time in making a decision.
That's real. That's real talk. Love says, I'm enraged. I'm enraged for you, sis. Beautiful testimony.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you and your kind words.
No, that's real. But I also heard you say you learned GarageBand and you produced 2 albums.
Yeah. I produce music for fun in my spare time.
Yo, you're fire. You're fire. You don't deserve that guy. I'm sorry. That shit. I'm sorry that you had to experience. That shit sounds like, even when you just said about the 120K and the 600, that shit is like cringeworthy. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like having a car accident in real slow motion. Like, oh my God, what am I experiencing right now? This is crazy. But so I feel what Love just said. Like, I'm enraged for you. I definitely feel that, and that's tough, man. That's not easy. Relationships definitely aren't easy, and we talk about that kind of a couple times on this specific live stream, because I was somebody who I was in a really long relationship and it recently just ended. It would have been 12 years in October, and it ended up being 11 years and some change. And she was my best friend, absolutely, and she's still an incredible person. I feel like we both just have different things that we want to work on and different things that we have to work on. But as I look back on the relationship, I see like certain little personality traits that I didn't understand at the time. And then sometimes people in the live, they help me like process some of that stuff. Like, there's a friend in here, and her name is Boo Queen. She helped me understand like a situation that I thought was weird.
Oh, I know Boo Queen.
You know Boo Queen?
I know Boo Queen.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, she the homie. I'm surprised she's not in here right now, making it rain and trying to beat up Dan B. There's another guy who's up in the live. But yeah, like it's so you live stream, right? Like, you go live? What times do you go live? I definitely want to tune into your lives.
I'm usually on around this time or at night. Around 9 p.m. usually. 9. Yeah, about 9.
Man, look, I definitely want to keep tapping in with you because your vibes are A1, and I'm very happy to like have you up in here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I would love that. That sounds great. Anytime. I followed you, so I'll get your alerts. Anytime you're on here, I am more than happy to just participate, contribute, anything you need, King.
Absolutely, Jasmine. No, so dope chiming in with you, and I definitely want to talk more about it, man, because you sound like a overall creative and dope. I heard 4 of the jobs, and one of them was an actor, you said right now, so I want to talk more about a lot of different things, but it's so nice linking up with you. Thanks for jumping into the box and being so vulnerable and talking about your story. That's a vibe.
Anytime. I feel like this is my purpose now, so.
I love it,
I'm
man.
always here. Anytime you need me.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Jasmine, that's what's up. Shout out to Jasmine, yo. That was awesome. Jasmine Majors, man. Thank you for jumping into the live. Yo, if you guys are not following, I am Jasmine Major. Make sure to follow her. She just jumped on here and gave us a full like testimony of her vibe, like who she was as a person and the relationship she just got out of it. I thought that was really cool. And I thought, like, you got to really honor somebody like that who's willing, like, the power of sharing the live. Honestly, fire. You got to honor that, man. Like, Jasmine, you sound like an awesome individual. Like, for real. You sound like somebody who I definitely want to hang out with, you know? But also, I think it's so interesting how some of the best people I think I've ever met have these stories of being with these people who are, like, the worst people. Like, where does that shit come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that just, like, the curse of really good people that you're going to end up with really bad people? Is that what that is? Or is it like what is that? Or do bad people just notice? Do bad people have like a heightened awareness of really good people and they just like attach themselves to you like a moth to a flame? Like, oh, you're valuable. Let me go and grab you up real quick. And then they put you through the mud for some reason. You know, like what is that? Rebecca Hope says, it's another way of self-abandonment when we don't respect our own boundaries. For real. Yo, wow. Very true. Super true. It is another way of self-abandonment where we don't respect our own boundaries. That's tough, man. Yo, how do you even set your own boundaries? Like, does the conversation of setting your own boundary have to come at the cost of disrespect? Like, is that just it? Yup. And women, I think, need brotherhood. Brotherhood. What do you mean by this, Natalie? Like, you think women need brotherhood with men? Or, like, brotherhood? Like, when you say brotherhood, what do you mean? What do you mean that? I think the boundaries have to be tested first. Yes. Okay, women need brotherhood with men. I like that. Me, man, I used to always feel like I couldn't have female friends because I felt like every time I had a female friend, it always turned into something that wasn't like a friend thing. It turned into something else. So I was like, man, I can't have female friends. And then eventually I got to a space where I'm like, no, you know what it is? I have to set a boundary. I has to be me. That gotta be something that I set. Like, yo, you're my friend, and you're only gonna be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Rena, because you look good. Thank you, Rena. But it always ended up turning into something else. And I'm like, damn, is something wrong with me, dog? Because I have nothing but guy friends and then female relatives. But I don't have any female friends. Every time I'm friends with a girl, this shit end up, you know. But I can also take a lot of responsibility because I at that time I was more immature, so I would be fucking around. Like, but it was never overt. It was always just like me chilling. And then it kind of turned into something extra. Either you want something more out of me or I want something more out of you. I guess that's what it ended up being. Because all the female friends that I end up being even female friends with, like, I'm attracted to you. So I had to put it into my mind, okay, I got to start making friends with women that I'm not attracted to at all. So I don't even got to run against this problem. Or I just need to have self-control and be like, bruh, you're not an animal. Like, I need to be able to be your friend. I need to be, like, we need to be friends. So now I think I'm in a good space with that. Now I'm really having female friend relation, and I understand what it is to have a female friend. And it's not just some, like, platonic, you know, relationship pending type thing or some sort of, like, now I feel really good in the female friend space. You know what I'm saying? Much better. I don't know what I actually did to do it, but I think it came at the cost of, setting that boundary just like you guys are talking about right now. Let me see. Because they got a lot about themselves. Yup, that part. They notice. Right. Let me see. People say you are single if not married. So, Sammy Bammy. Right, going crazy. Boom, Natalie. Let's see. Lordana, I'm having to learn boundaries at 31. You have to check in with yourself and your motivations. Facts. Super facts. ET says, if you set a boundary and they have a reaction, that is something they need to work out, not on you. Ah, okay. I like that. I'm Jasmine Major. I sent you a DM, King. Thank you for allowing me to share. Absolutely, Jasmine Major. Your testimony was much appreciated, and your vibe was great. You came with like this light about you, and I really appreciate that. I know when I'm talking to somebody who got a light about him, I know I'm talking to somebody who's pretty gloomy. And I do my best to keep the gloomy conversation short, bro. I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? Green Goddess says, facts. Just like God exists, the devil does as well. So bad will always be attracted to good, to overpower and take advantage. I think that was in relation to the conversation about like bad people seeking out good people and making them have these experiences. But yeah, I love hanging out with people who got a light about them. It's like, oh, there's a light here. It's a lightness. It's an airiness to it. It's refreshing. Versus somebody who's like doom and gloom. It's like, how you doing? Oh, well, you know, I can't complain. I never like that shit. If I say, how are you doing? And somebody, I can't complain. Ah, well, you know how it is. I know how it is and you can't complain. And when you say the words, I can't complain, you're thinking about complaining. Like, why'd you even put that word in the sentence? I can't complain. You're kind of complaining. Like, let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? I can't complain. You're kind of complaining right now. You just, you know, like when somebody say, how you doing, bro? Like, actually either actually tell them how you're doing or say something just extraordinary. How you doing, man? I'm extraordinary. I'm radiant. I'm a son of the Most High. I'm living an extraordinary and abundant life in one of the greatest times of all human civilization. Life is extraordinary for me. How are you doing? Or actually tell them, you know, kind of under the weather, but you know, whatever. But like, can't complain. That shit always sounds bad to me. As you mature, you manage that much better. Right. Kelly Brown says, a lot of people believe men and women can't be friends. So it's so necessary. Kelly, I see you as one of my friends, Kelly. I see you as one of my close friends, too. Like, I feel like every time I end up on the phone with you, Kelly, or you come by the crib, it's always a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, always a good vibe. That's me. You know what I'm saying? He talking way too much. Sammy didn't respect his time out. Yeah, what's going on with Sammy? Is Sammy out of here? I thought Sammy might have been wilding, but I felt like if E.T. left Sammy in here, then Sammy must have been good peoples. He way too disrespectful. Muted Sammy. Yeah, Sammy, you out of here, player. Sorry that I allowed that to happen so long. I had a feeling Sammy might have been tripping, but I wasn't sure because I'm like, are they engaging? Are they having a combo? Let me leave it. Nidra Tawab has a great book on boundaries that helped me a lot. Lordana. Oh, that's what's up. I muted Sammy, ladies. Let me know if y'all want me to block him. Love it. Love it, Devin. You want me to mute him? Hey, let's get to it. Right, I caught that too. All right, he hating. Yeah, Sammy got to get up out of here. Sammy was a troll, huh? That's because they've been through a lot. He upsetting the ladies. Can't be having that. Nope, can't be having that, Devin. I agree with you. No mercy. Devin said I'll rain down hellfire on a hater, and she meant that. She meant I'm sorry. That's the funniest statement I've ever heard on any live ever. Like, Devin said, I'm I will rain down hellfire. Zenda Lene, what up? Happy Tuesday. Like, you want to complain, but you feel you can't. Suppressing it. That's tough. I was letting you light them up. Y'all was getting activated. What's the book on boundaries? Who just said that? I think it was Nidra something. Just hold on, wait. Yeah, Nidra Tawab says, boom. This is the book on. Wait. Boom. This is the book. Here's the book on boundaries. Nidra Tawab. I've never heard of Nidra Tawab before though. Yeah. Yeah, it's my BFF. Killy. I was ignoring him. I'm sorry I had to go through that. My bad. It's all good. We got you. We all playing security. That's right. We got to regulate because we got to keep the space high vibration. Look, I used to feel weird, right, about being somebody who's always talking about positivity. However, the way that I reconcile that in my mind is understanding that you could talk about positivity all day. You could be the single most positive person on the planet, and you will still constantly be offset by everybody else's negativity. Like, you know how some people be like, oh, you got to have balance. You can't be one side more than the other side. You got to have the good and the bad, the yin and yang, all that trash. But it's like, so I used to feel bad, like, man, maybe I can't be so positive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm being unrealistic by being this positive. But then the way I fixed that was like, hold up, bro. I could be the most positive human being on the planet 1,000,000 times over, and it still might not make a dent in society. This world is very negative, bro. Like, it's a very negative outside. So keeping a high vibration in spaces like this is a very niche. I don't know how to say the word niche. This is a very consolidated space. So keeping the vibes high vibration up in here is a must. And we could do this forever for an entire lifetime, and we will still constantly be offset by other people's negative vibes. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. We could be as positive and as unrealistic and as unreasonable as we want to be, because realism is quiet pessimism in my mind nowadays. Devin Thomas, yeah, but the vibes were good. I didn't want to show out. I peep you better than me. Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nidra Tawab. Yep, that's the book. Yeah, but the vibes were good. I didn't want to show out. Yeah, it's tough. I read a few, so helpful. Rebecca Hope says, I want peace. To want peace, you got to be prepared to fight for it. Wow, that's very true. What is the saying? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. You got to be ready to scrap. And another saying was like, if I'm around someone like that, I ask them what's going on. Someone like who? Like Sammy? Yeah, I forgot. Natalie, you got a big heart, man. You got a big heart. Because we had this conversation about haters, and me and Devin was in alignment. We was like, yo, them haters can't get no plays around here, bro. Hater can't get no spin. Devin said, I'll rain down hellfire on a hater. And I immediately imagined an elbow coming down like, bam! That's what I thought a hellfire was. But Nat was like, no, you gotta, not everybody is. Nat was out here like rooting for them. Like, no, not everybody's a hater. You gotta have some level of understanding. I'm like, I'm so thankful that there's somebody in the world like Nat who got time to play around with these haters, because no. I don't have the time for that. I don't think that's my mission in life. I don't think my mission in life is to support these haters or even like give them a chance, really. Like, I understand you maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. But I don't got no time for this shit. Who does? Hi there. Icy, thank you for the teddy bear. We got to half of the goal. Thank you for the teddy bear, Icy. Appreciate you. Hey, oh, we got the whole goal. Appreciate you, Icy. Thank you, Icy Angels. I appreciate you, as always, for helping me reach my live goal. Thank you. Appreciate you, Icy, you the truth. Thank you. All right, hold on. Let me see. If I'm around somebody like that, I ask them what's going on. Appreciate you, Icy. Natalie said. And then you too, mama. Thick girl energy. What up? I think either pronunciation is fine, kid. Niche or niche, right? I'm like, yo, which one is it? I don't know. But this is a very specific kind of group. So I feel like our vibrations to constantly stay high, bro, because as soon as you turn off this live, you're going to be met with some harsh realities, and it may not be as supportive as the group that we're making up in here, but we can keep the vibes higher here. So yeah, I didn't know. I thought Sammy might have been hating, but I was too focused on the actual conversation that, me and Jasmine were having. I wasn't super engaged in that, but I'm like, it sounded like Sammy's saying something slick, but I know Devin ain't going to let that ride for too long. So I was like, I'm going to find this out afterwards. The happy dance. Hey. Water Love, hi there, I'm new here. I was scrolling my feed and saw this, so hopped on. What's up, Water Love? Welcome to the live. This is a space for dope conversations. I don't even know, like transparency, vulnerability, cool vibes, new understandings. You know what I'm saying? Vibes. I had to go to therapy. I used to fight a lot. Damn, Nat. Now I don't even know how to feel about it. I thought you had a big heart. Sound like you got big hands. That's tough, Nat. I had to go to therapy. I used to fight a lot. Did I go to therapy? I don't think I've actually gone to therapy. I went to I got in trouble. I had legal issues my senior year of high school, and I had to go to anger management and theft prevention classes because I had a case. It was a strong arm robbery and battery, and in order for them to we did this out of court type settlement, whatever. I had to pay restitution, so I had to pay like $800, and then I had to do like this other stuff. So it was just weird and crazy. I don't even know if the victims actually got that 800, but I have no idea. But it was crazy. Gotta head out, love. Gotta head out, love everyone. Y'all have a good day today. You too, King. Peace, beauty. See you later. Have a great day. Chasing Smiles says, everyone else's negativity or pain hurts me more than my own every day. Damn, Chasing Smiles. So does that mean you're an empath? Does that mean like you feel other people's like burdens? Devin don't play. Devin don't play. It's nice to give them an inch, but that's saying that guy insulted in the first plus second comment. So cut him up. Yep. Rebecca wasn't having that either. It's like, you don't have to get up out of here, bro. Literally, you're the only reason why I didn't block/mute him. You were being mature about it. Yeah, I felt like y'all was being patient with the guy. Y'all gave him some chances. I don't even know if Samuel was a guy or a girl. Natalie is a full perspective soul. I respect that. I'm like that too. That's tough. Rolanda Johnson, good morning. Welcome to the live. All right, let me see. I have to go get some work done, but looking forward to connecting later. Have an amazing day, everyone. Peace, Jasmine. Natalie said, I'll get somebody now. Damn. This is tough. Boo Queen. What's up, Boo Queen? Welcome to the live. We were just talking about you. We manifested you, Boo Queen. I'm so chill now. Therapy ain't do shit for me. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Devin said, therapy ain't do shit for me. My therapist threatened to call the cops on me. I stopped going. Yo, what is happening? What's happening at your therapy session, Devin? Devin, we might need to unpack some of these things, yo. We might need to bring you up into the live and unpack some of this. Devin said, therapy ain't do jack for me. My therapist threatened to call the cops on me. I stopped going. What happened there? That's a lot. That's a lot to have happen in therapy, yo. That's a lot to have happen in a therapy session, yo. Too much. My God. Comedy is therapy. Devin Thomas, oh my God, you sound like my mom. There's a lot happening in this live right now. Who are you people? I was telling the truth. Yo, I was telling the truth. Yo, your therapist must have got sick of that truth. Your therapist must have been like, I'm over this. I'm over this. I'm over this. What I walk into. What up, Boo Queen? Man, it's lit over here. Y'all on that. Y'all on that, I see. I'm hearing crimes and messy. Man, look, man. It's crazy. Devin Thomas, therapists are like sneakers. You got to find the right fit. And I'm sorry for that. That's real. Jasmine, did you say you're also a therapist? Or were you in therapy? Or was it insurance? I'm forgetting. Some people are like dead flowers. You got to replant them and water their roots. Did your therapist tell you that, Natalie? Because I thought you had a big heart. But then when you was talking about kicking ass a little while ago, I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm puzzled now. But that is true. Some people are like dead plants. You need to replant them and water them. But like, so look, I had a situation a little while ago where it was like this producer did something. A friend of mine had a lot of money and he paid for me to go work with this producer, and then the producer did some shady shit after that. So I felt like I had to go and get the producer. I'm like, I got to get you now. Like, I really got to get you because I don't like that. And it was like $5,000 on the line of like what you were supposed to come through with, and you ain't come through with it, which is weird because it was so weird. We already did the hard work. All you had to do was send me the files, and the producer never sent me the files. So I'm like, this is I gotta go do something to you. And it was keeping me up at night. Like, it was really something that was keeping me up at night. I was like, nah, bro, like, I gotta let you know you can't try me like that. You can't do that to people, especially like people. You can't do that to people. And so I was really upset. I was catching like vibes about it. I'm like, dog, when I see this person, it's on and popping. And I was getting calls with a dude. Oh, dude is on the basketball court. Oh, dude is over here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Watch what happens when I see you. And I was art handling at the time, and I remember telling one of my homies this. I was like, well, my homie who hired me, so he was like my superior at the gallery. And I was like, man, this is like, what do you do about forgiveness, bro? Like, what do you do about that? Like, I got this situation where I know I got to do some damage to this producer in the city, because he did something to me and I don't like it. So when I see him, it's on and popping. You know, he ignores my calls. He ducking and dodging me pretty much. So when I see him, I gotta do something to him. And then my friend told me, he was like, but why? Like, don't let that trap you. Don't let that be a thing that you fall. Don't fall into that. Don't fall into that trap. And I was like, nah, man, because I gotta show him you can't do that to people, bro. I gotta teach you. And he said, this is what he said. I said, I gotta show him because I gotta teach him a lesson. And my homie looked at me and he said, but is that your job? And I was like, what you mean? He's like, is that your job? Is it your job to go out into the world and teach these people lessons? Like, you care that? Like it's not your job, but it's not your job. I was finna offer my services, but I didn't care if I want to be your therapist. What you do to that lady? That's deep. That's real. What'd you do, Devin? Nah, but my homie, he checked me in that. He was like, yo, bro, is that your job? Like, is it your job to go out here trying to fix these people? And you think you're going to fix this person with violence? Like, what are you really going to do? Like, come on, bro. Like, you're going to risk your freedom and you're going to risk your time. And I know, I get it. But it's your ego, bro. Your ego is telling you got to go do damage to this person. It's not a real thing. Like, you could get over it. And I'm like, nah, I can't get over it, bro. It's keeping me up at night. I don't like this. And he's like, you see, but you're allowing that to happen. You're allowing that. And I was like, man, my homie's right. So my homie was like my therapist. But he drove that point home. Like, is that your job? So when Nat was just talking about some people are like dead plants, you got to rewater them and this, that, and the third, I'm like, yeah, that's true. But then my question is that your job? Is that your job to like do all that rewatering and is that your job to teach them and fix them? Maybe some people it is. I don't know if that's my job. And I'm almost positive it's not Devin's job either, because Devin seemed like she's about to whoop ass. Not a therapist. I did therapy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. You seem so introspective. You seem like you had the answers, Jasmine. You give me the vibe of like, oh, Jasmine's got the answers. I don't know. So my bad. I thought I got it twisted up. All right, let me see. Devin Thomas. Group therapy always has people go understand you rather than just a therapist. Boo Queen, pray for me. Pray for her, man. Those with big hearts kick ass for a reason. Those with big hearts kick ass for a reason. Ah, that's true. That's true. I got a friend of mine, man. I love her, bro. She's awesome. And I do my best to stay away from her bad side because she loves so deeply that I know her hate is deep too. She's passionate. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from your hate side because she love like when she love you, she going to the moon and back for you. But I'm under the impression that when she hates you, I have no idea what that hole is like, and I'm like, I'm staying away from that vortex, whatever that is, whatever that, I'm staying away from that, cause I can tell. La Morenita, thank you for the follow. Exactly. Nah, hold up, let me see. The helping profession is a calling. LOL, it's gonna feel like that. I work with a lot of kids, so I don't think it is when I see something they're doing wrong. Oh, okay. La Morenita, thank you for the roses. Same, LOL. I love that duality. I'm telling you, man, shit crazy out here. I work with a lot of kids, so I do think it is when I see something they're doing wrong. That's just a level of maturity at that point. Like, if you're working with kids and you're like, okay, you know, I just got to, like, show you the right way. That's different. I think I want to say children are different than adults, but the reality is adults ain't none but, like, tall children, if you really think about it. Like, you're a big-ass child. I told somebody this a long time ago, like, I was talking about men. I forget. Somebody was venting to me as a woman about something that men were doing. I'm like, the sad reality is that you got some men out here that look like men but are really boys. And so you can't get so upset when they're doing things that are immature. Some people are not growing. They're just getting older. And that's the sad part. Like, some of us are actually growing. And you know when you're growing because you can look back and be like, oh, growth. But some people are not growing at all. They're just getting older. So don't look at a person's age and be like, you a certain age, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? And when they don't know better, we like to like get really upset. Like, oh, how you this age and you still making these kind of mistakes? And it's like, yo, some people are not growing, bro. They're just getting older. You know, and it's a sad reality because they don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? They're content where they are. You know, tall ass kids, old ass child. What is this? Facts. Those same adults could have been ignored as kids. Hey, Shishi, thank you for the follow. Very true. Y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing the live. And well, I guess I don't got a more live goal, but y'all subscribe to me because now I got subscribers. Subscribe. In our community, we can't teach saying, oh, that's just Lil Tay. He always been bad. I'll be honest, I never liked that either. I don't like that either. I don't like that either. Yeah, I feel like in our community, I have seen that a few times where parents will just look at their kid and be like, this kid just bad, or this kid is just a devil, or this kid just born evil. Purple, thank you for the heart. I'm Gracie. You live here, you live on here now, not Big O. That's right, I'm Gracie. Yeah, we off of Big O. We on TikTok, really. And they're also live streaming on Instagram and YouTube. So if you like this live, this is going to be available on YouTube once the live stream is done. But I don't like that, Natalie. And I have experienced that too, where a parent or somebody in a position of power of a child would just label them as bad. And I'm like, man, that's detrimental, bro. Like, what happens when you do that is terrible. But also, what would happen if you speak life over a child? Incredible things. Dan B, what up? Hey, Dan B, you and Boo Queen got to hash it out. Great men aren't always wise. It's biblical. Great men aren't always wise. It's biblical. I feel like that should sound like a riddle. You know what I'm saying? What has 3 legs in the evening, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 4 legs in the morning? Sorry, I might have missed that one. I think that went over my head a little bit, Dan. Great men aren't always wise. Lordana, you can look at people, even a 50-year-old, and see the 25-year-old, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, I didn't, but Natalie, I have experienced that. I know parents that claim that their children are just bad. Oh, this child was just born bad. And I'm like, Mom, like, how in the world are you their parent and you believe that they're born bad, bro? Everything that they are is a byproduct of what you are. What are you talking about? How is this kid just bad? No kid is just bad. Don't hit me with that, man, because I can't co-sign that theory. That shit is crazy to me. Super crazy. Tita won't let me charge. They doing you a disservice, Nat. It's a reference to the old men that's acting like boys. Oh, I see. But are they great? Yeah, man, some people are just getting older, and we gotta have grace for them, bro. But at the same time, it's like, I got so much grace, bro. I'll be honest. I need to work on it. Cause I'm not good at that turning of the cheek, and I'm not good at, like, I don't know. I'm not good at playing an idiot for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you do things that I know are just malicious, it's gonna infuriate me to a really high point. And I'm not gonna act like I can't see that. Like, nah, bro, we gonna have to beat your ass real quick so that you can learn a lesson that you're not gonna learn with words. You know, but I don't even know if the beatings work, bro. Because when I got beat as a kid, I don't think it worked. I don't know, bro. You just gotta avoid some of these people, I guess. Because I'm trying to think now. Nat got me thinking of different ways that I could reason with a hater. And it's like, man, because I think Nat's right. I know I must not be right. I think I'm only right for myself. I feel like Nat's approach is right for the whole world. But, bruh, I would love to join you on that journey, but man, it's just some of these haters are so malicious, bro. And they're so blinded by rage and ignorance. It just don't make no sense. A hater is somebody who sees red when they see you, and you ain't doing nothing to them. So it's like, bro, I wish I could have compassion for you, bro, but I don't have no compassion for you. You came in here trying to be poetic. You having a great morning, hopefully. Right. Amy Luke, how we doing? What up, Amy? Welcome to the live. Or delete. Hold up. I missed. That boy. We Alpha Wolves have all the reds. Sigmas roll out. That's hilarious. We Alpha Wolves have all the reds. Sigmas roll out. He's so funny. You have parents that do their best and kids still does something crazy. Let me see. Blue Queen, I love you too, though. Hey, Dan B, you keep calling her Blue Queen. Her name is Boo Queen to the best of my... I don't see the L, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was Boo Queen. Is it Blue Queen or Boo Queen? Hey, Dan. All right, let me see. I'm going to start from that. So my parents were like, if a person control your emotions, they control your thoughts and your actions. Yo, I used to hate when people used to say that because I was like, you wrong. All they can control is this blood flow that's about to come out their body. But as I get older, man, it's so easy to fall into traps, bro, based on the way you was raised. Because if you've ever been unjustly beat as a child, and then you get over that shit, like I didn't get over it emotionally. I got over it by beating people up, by saying, yo, bro, I gotta stop listening to all of y'all, and I gotta listen to myself and the malicious side of me. I gotta start whooping these people because they're hurting me on a deep level. And then when I started beating people's asses all across the street, my vibe changed and my confidence went up and I became happy on the inside. Whereas I was miserable inside because I felt like I was just a target for people. So then there's another child, new level, new devil. Chasing Smile says, sometimes I wish I could beat someone up, but I give that to God. I love that, Chasing Smiles. I love that for you. I love that for you. For real. But like we gotta be aware of that, man, because a lot of times you get it's weird, bro. Because I thought that me being able to like overpower people and beat people up fixed the problem, and it did. It fixed a certain problem, but it also gives me the ability to fall into another category of like, yo, there's people who have lost their freedom off of not being able to control their hands or control their mouth or control their rage. You know, like there was some dude, some Spanish entertainer. He was in road rage. He jumped out his car because some old man jumped out of his car. He punched the old man. The old man fell, hit his head against the concrete. The old man dead now. So now this entertainer, this Spanish actor, this happened in Miami. So now this Spanish actor got to go to court, and he probably gonna do some jail time because he was in a car. Legally, you could have just driven away. He stopped the car, jumped out, hit the guy. The guy died off of one punch. Old man died. And the old man was talking shit in his window, so the old man kind of deserved to get hit, but maybe he didn't deserve to die. But now you got to deal with that. And it was off of one punch. And I looked at that shit like, damn, bro. Like, one punch. And now your future is, let me see, Nat says, you don't have to reason with a hater. You let, damn, I missed it. Oh, here we go. You don't got to reason with a hater. You just let them hate. I'm saying the people that you hate, you ask why. Oh, me? I don't really hate nobody. I don't hate nobody. I feel like I got love for you, or I have a certain level of like opinion that you may deserve an ass kicking, or I may just not respect you. But I don't got no malice for nobody, bro. I've been through enough of my life to where I'm like, I don't have that feeling for people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not jealous of nobody's life. I would never want to be anybody else. I'll be honest with you. Like once I dealt with my own stuff, I began to like myself. You know what I'm saying? I began to like myself, and I began to like find a home inside of my own flesh. So once I like came to terms with my own traumas and stuff, I began to like me. And once I started liking me, I didn't want to be nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Versus before, I was like, man, I wish I had that person's life or that person's life or that person's life. Now I'm like, no, I like my life because it's the only one that I got. I'm never going to be out of this body and on this earth at the same time. So let me love me and show me some love and let me be a better person to me. And so I started liking me. I meant like you only check the haters that are in your circle. I have a bad screen. Hood, you right. Let me see, E.T. But at that point, you also have to become the abuser that made you miserable. Mila, thank you for the hand heart. Good to God. Hey guys, do I need to put the dots in my name so people know my acronym is BUE? Wait a minute. So it's not Boo Queen? It's BUE Queen? That's too many syllables, bro. Hey, I'm just saying. If that is the case, can we still call you Boo Queen? Because it's short and sweet. That was dumb. Who hits old people? Nah, look, look. It was road rage. Both of these guys were at the light. This actor was in Asia. Thank you for the chili. This actor was in an Escalade in one car, driving a car with his wife and his kids in it. This old man was in a car behind him. I guess they got into some of the ways. The old man jumped out of the car behind him, walked to this guy's window, and started screaming at him in the window, screaming at him and doing shit in the guy's window. And then the old man's probably like, maybe he's 60 years old, maybe he's 50 something. He's old enough to get out the car and act like he's about to get activated. So he jumped out of the car, started screaming at the actor and the guy in his car. And he's walking back to his car. As he's walking back to his car, the actor jumps out of his car, runs up on the old man, punches the old man falls. Then the actor was so mad his car was still in drive. So the actor's car started moving without him, with his family in it. And so the actor had to run back, jump in the car, and then zoom off. But when that old man hit the ground, his head hit the concrete and he died. So that was weird. But if you watch the video, you kind of like, okay, the old man jumped out of his car first and ran up to this guy's window and started talking that shit. And so, strange. LOL, yes it is. But I'll let y'all go with that one. So it is BUE Queen? Wow, we've been missing that one up. Or maybe it was just me. Was it just me? Like maybe it was just me. Let me see. Yeah, so that was the thing, Devin. Like if you have haters that are supposed to be your friends, etc. No. That happened to my ex and he ain't died but got kicked out the police academy. That's tough. I meant like you only check the haters that are in your circle and deal accordingly. Right, bro, that's a fact. Not you hating. Okay. I get it. You check the haters that are in your circle. Bruh, if you got a hater in your circle, I think the only plan is to get them out. Because if you think about it, you being a hater is in you. Me telling you about your hating ass nature is coming from outside of you. So, like, is that gonna work or is that not gonna work? I don't know, bro. I think God need to talk to you more than me. You feel me? You need to have a talk with God, like Stevie Wonder says. Your ex of the old man while he was on the clock? Damn. Shouldn't be any haters in the circle, right? Why are there haters in the circle, right? There shouldn't be no haters in the circle, bro. And I'll be honest with you, we're all saying that, but I guarantee you, in each and every one of us, there's at least one hater in there, even if we don't know who they are. We gotta like do a real audit of our friend groups. I don't have hate in me at all. Too much energy. I love that, Chasing Smiles. Mila. It shouldn't be, but there is. Right. Chasing Smiles said, I don't got no haters. LOL, yes. But I'll let you go with that one. So y'all come on. Wow. Y'all have never had friends or people y'all were cool with that y'all not cool with because they hated on you or someone else in the circle? I'll be honest. Yeah, you follow out people all the time. But the thing with me is I don't let them back. Once I determine that you a hater, that shit is an internal disease. You're going to need to go take it up with somebody higher. There's a higher power to me. And you're going to have to take that shit up over there, bro. Because once I detect that shit, I can't go back on it. Like, I can't not see it. Now, the scary thing is that if you a hater and you're a real hater and I let you know that you a hater, you may change in front of me, but that may be just the next level of your game. Oh, shit, they see me in that form. So let me just be like a chameleon and let me turn into this. So now I'm not seeing the hate anymore. You just got better at hiding it, really. You know what I'm saying? And I can't afford that shit. If I detect that you a hater, you gone, bro. You got to go. Because the scariest and the most effective haters are the haters in your circle. The ones that'll cut your Achilles when you're not looking. A hater who I know is an opposition is like, bro, you on the other side of the fence. Like, we always going to be like this no matter which way you look at it. But a hater that's right next to me can cut my Achilles and I won't even know. So I'm about to walk into war and I fall, hit the ground, my Achilles is sliced. Because the person next to me slid it. And it's like, no, I can't. We can't afford that. So I'm not going to call a hater out for being a hater and then still stay with you. I'm not your group therapist, bro. You a hater. That was your pink slip. That was your final notice. That was your eviction. That was your eviction and final notice. Yo, I think you're a hater. I know that. I'm prepared for that. If I sit in front of one of my homies and say you a hater, I know that's the end of that shit. Like, we need, ain't nothing to talk about from here. You know what I'm saying? You got to check that shit out. That's something deep because, like, why am I going to tell this raccoon that I know that you're a raccoon so the raccoon could turn into a sheep? Like, no, this is still a raccoon. You've been a raccoon. Damn raccoons. That was dumb. He should have hopped at when the old man was at the window. Very true, Devin. Yeah, he going to jail for that probably. But no contact was made, so the actor can kiss his career goodbye. Yeah. The actor's done for. Yeah, he tripping. He wilding. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Exactly. But you still let them know. I think when I let a hater know that you a hater, it's the end for you. Yeah, going to the car to retrieve a weapon. Right. If he was going to the car to retrieve a weapon, you still have the opportunity to drive away, though. Thank you. Most people get it wrong. That's why I'm like, how do I fix it? It makes sense to me. BUE Queen? BUE Queen is just a lot of, BUE? I feel like, what's his name? I feel like Bobby Valentino. I feel like Mrs. Officer. BUE. If I could continue to say Boo Queen, I'd appreciate it. Because that's what I thought it was. Dan B kept saying blue. And I'm laughing at his ass like, ha, what an idiot. And we're all wrong. My bad. I definitely had a few in my time. Out. Yes, I was a target and still am at this age. I went with, studied, read, and noticed it wasn't me. La Morenita. Okay. I don't take it personally, like Hoodie said. It's a disease. It is. It's a disease. Tahita, what up? I have a hater I'm on job with right now. Damn, Nat. Damn. Right now at this moment, I feel like you said it so abruptly. It's like this person could hear our conversation. Get rid of them. Hater, you know who you are. Vanish. It's been addressed and I deal with her accordingly. Damn. I got a hater who I'm on a job right now. It's been addressed, and I deal with her accordingly. Shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, because y'all both on a job, so you're not really. I guess you're not in a position to like fire her. So yeah, you got to. At that point, yeah, you got to do it. I get it like that. If you're in a professional environment, yeah. If you can't fire this person, for sure. That shit deep. Yeah, damn, B was all wrong. People move weird sometimes when they insecure, right? Most people who hate are just jealous, right? She probably mad because you dance better than her. That's what I'm saying. They feel inferior, so they trying to bring you down so they feel superior. Idiot logic. That's just idiot logic. Like, you don't get better by making somebody worse than you. That's like somebody saying, the reason I'm not at the top of the rap game is because Drake is alive. Once he goes, I'll be the one. Bro, are you idiot? Like, you're not even in the race. What are you talking? Where do you get this from? What math? This must be the new math, where numbers do anything. Because that don't make no sense. I explained it with the dots, and people still sounded it out. So I thought like, okay, people just slow and lazy. B-U-E. B-U-E-U-E. Yes, we don't drink tea together. I can. Good morning, twin. What up? Oh, she said so. Welcome to the live. What's up, twin? Or she thinks Nat is a better dancer and wants to hate on her. Devin Thomas. Like, why can't you just be great together? That's what I don't get, bro. Like, when did it turn into competition? It need to be like collaboration. I thought it was boo too. I've been saying boo this whole time. I thought boo was just a different way to say it. You know what I'm saying? But people got to learn to collaborate instead of compete with each other, man. Like, you and I can compete with each other, and then we're both just like exhausting ourselves in an attempt to stand above one another. Or you and I can join forces, and now you and I know we the best. Hey, thank you, oh, she said so. Appreciate you. Icy Angels, thank you for the hand heart, finger heart. La Morenita says, my job also. Women hate over shoes and purses. I'm a simple person, and I like all people. Women hating over shoes and purses. These ladies don't got no day jobs. That's crazy. She been in the game longer than me. She's older and wanted to know how I'm in a position she's not. Ooh. Because she's better than you, hater? Let Devin talk to her, Natalie. Get her on the phone and let Devin explain to her what she is and what she's about. I'm gonna have to jump off the live. I gotta jump off the live. I got something else I gotta get into. But I've been telling myself I'm really gonna do a 10 a.m. to like 11:30, like an hour and a half, and then be out. But sometimes, bro, the vibes be going. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's run it up. But yeah, Natalie, let Devin get her on the phone. Get Devin on the horn and have her talk to that hater. She'll get her shit together real quick. Devin gonna hit her with that work. I think a lot of people be competing with themselves at the end of the day. I feel like that's even a healthy approach. You compete with yourself, that's healthy. But you just out here like competing with Nat, who not even competing with you. That don't make no sense. Oh, she said so. Thank you for the roses. You out of here, twin? Okay. Peace. Oh, she said so. Have a great. Hey. Thank you, Icy Angels. Appreciate you. Devin said, put me on the phone. That's right. She gonna get that girl collected. She gonna collect that girl real quick. She been in the game longer, and she want to know how I'm in the position I'm in, and she's not. She's not because she's not. Why don't you understand that shit? Yo, I told her this story about how I was in the Istanbul airport, and I skipped the line. Like, I didn't skip the line. I just got to the front of the line. Let me preface it by saying that I saw this line, and I was like, cool. Let me go straight to the window and see if I get my result. And I went and I got it. When I was getting my result, there was some dude, I don't know, he may have been Turkish or something like that. He was looking at me like, trying to signal me to go to the back of the line. I'm like, bruh, I'm here to ask you a question. Calm yourself down. I didn't ask no damn question. I didn't waste no time. I get to the front of the line. You must be out of your goddamn mind. As soon as I got there, I was like, bam, bam, make it work. And the guy, bam, bam, he made it work. And I was out. And what it taught me, though, was like, yo, why was this dude in my business? Why are you in my business? And it let me know the official, damn, what is it? Hold up, what's the name? The official Rico, appreciate you for the paper crane. Appreciate you, official Rico. And I was like, yo, bro, why you in my business? And what it taught me was, yo, there are some people who will make it their business to try to send you to the back of the line just because they was at the back of the line. And like, bruh, why are you so wait, you're mad because I know how to get an immediate result in this place and you can't? Because I'm brave enough to walk to the front and you were scared? Come on, bro. No one wants to be here. No one wants to be in this line. Don't be mad at me for appreciate that, official Rico. It was crazy. Essie, I was randomly listening to Exodus just to see you on live. Hey, what's up, Essie? You talking about my song Exodus? Yeah. What up, Essie? Welcome to the live. And like, Official Rico, appreciate you for the gifts. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Appreciate you. Hey, my song Exodus. Not what you think I is. Get drugged to the club when you take a hit. Pause. I'm gonna make it hit. Get love after love when they play this shit. Pause. Hey. Appreciate that. Hey, yo, look, it's funny because while we even in the vein of talking about haters, the producer of that song was a hater. The producer who made that song, Exodus, pure hater. And I didn't know that shit, but like the last conversation I had with him was like, bro, you a hater. You a hater, bro. You doing like slick shit. I took this producer to a studio with me. It was 3 different things that happened that made this person a hater. And that song Exodus almost didn't come out because that dude was hating on some weird ass shit. And I was like, bro, this song 5, I'm still gonna put it out, but you a hater. And I had to let him know. He was my DJ at the time, but he was also a homie of a homie. And I remember I was like, man, they vibe is a little different than mine. Let me put some space there. You feel me? And speaking of results, I see the muscles. Keep up the good work. Motivation. Hey, you see me? I've been in the gym the past couple of days. I've been going crazy over here. Thank you, IC Angels. Appreciate that. How long you been doing music? I've been writing since 2011. And I've been putting music out since 2014, 2015. So 2024 actually makes 10 years I've been putting out music, which is crazy. But it must let me know, like, this must be a really good year for me. Feel me? But so this producer, I'm at a studio. I'm working in a studio in Miami, and this studio is ran by these really like the studio's ran by Cool and Dre. I'm in Cool and Dre's studio, right, in Miami. Cool and Dre, for those who don't know, are like mega producers. They made, if just Google Cool and Dre, and they made everything, and they did Beyonce and Jay-Z's joint album. Like, they did a lot of shit. So they gave me full access to their studio, and so I'm in the studio. I'm going crazy. I'm like, yo, all I ever needed was a studio like this. So I'm bringing people into the studio, but I'm being real selective. Like, it's me and my camp. We in this studio every night, just cooking it up. They just gave me full range to their studio. Like, do what you do. They wanted to sign me. Them and Fat Joe wanted to sign me, so they would just give me their studio. So I'm like, bet. I don't know if I'm gonna sign to y'all, but I'm definitely gonna take y'all offer on the studio time. So I'm in there. Working, and I've been in there for like a month. I'm making all the songs that we about to drop right now. We recorded in there. Turn Lights Out in America, and all the music that we about to drop right now, we recorded in their studio. So I'm in the studio cooking it up. One day I see some of these homies, this producer and one of my other homies in a party. I'm in this party, I'm about to pop in, but after that I'm about to slide. I'm about to go back to the studio. So I popped in, and then the producer's like, yo, bro, where you going after this? I'm like, I'm going to the studio. He's like, yo, bro, send me the address. Let me pull up. You know what I'm saying? Hoodie giving out tickets to the gun show. Hey, you see me? Appreciate y'all, man. That's funny. Nah, man. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to the studio after this. He's like, yo, what's up? Let me come to the studio. Let me pull up. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, cool. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't invite him to the studio. And I'm like, Under the Bridge was 2015. Exactly. Yup. Nat, you know Under the Bridge too? It's crazy. Hold up. Hey, I appreciate that, Nat. Under the Bridge was 2015, and I've been putting out music since 2014. So I put that project out. To be honest, I might have actually been putting out music since 2013, but I can't prove it unless I go and do the research on myself. But I remember dropping music in 2014 and then put my first project out in 2015. And so I'm at this party, and the homie's like, yo, invite me to the studio. Like, what's up? And I'm like, why haven't I invited this dude to the studio? Then I was like, something was like, all right, cool. You know, fine. I'll thank you for that, ET. Subject: haters and how we deal with them. That sounds like a book. Haters and how we deal with them. We might need to make that a book. And so, and I'm gonna do my best to tell the story quick because I gotta roll for real. And then so I'm like, you know what? Fine. Let me invite this dude to the studio. There's no reason why I gotta, like, you know what? Damn, I gotta go, y'all. Continue to walk in your. Damn, I gotta go, y'all. Enjoy your day. Continue to walk in your purpose. Peace, Nat. See you later. Hershey Kiss, you handsome king. Turn on live and you pop up. Thank you, Hershey Kiss. Make sure to follow. Let's stay connected. This is a vibe. But so I invite this dude to the studio. I'm like, all right, you know what? There's no reason why I'm not inviting you to the studio. Let me invite you. Whatever. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna invite you to the studio. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, we pull out. I said, hold up, bro. But before I send you the address, I gotta tell you this. It's a private session, right? He like, oh, okay, all right, all right. I'm like, nah, listen, like, it's a private session. And he's like, okay, cool. No, it's just gonna be me, Scott, and Mello. We gonna pull up. I'm like, all right, cool. So I sent him the address. But I remember, and then after I sent him the address, I'm like, yo, bro, look, remember though, it's a private session. I told him this shit twice, bro. And I told him twice because I knew who I was talking to. I'm like, yo, it's a private session. That mean, like, it's not a party. We're not having no parties up in here. Like, all right, cool. Go to the studio. I'm at the studio. We vibe. We doing our thing. I'm like, yo, I'm outside. I'm at the gate. Cool. I go outside, open the gate. I see him walking up with one of the homie and two girls walking to the studio with him. And I'm like, bruh. So when he get closer to me, I don't play him in front of other people. I don't do that embarrassment shit. So I'm like, so as soon as he get closer to me, he like, yo, what's good, bro? I'm like, bro, you don't listen. And he was like, what? What you mean? But I said, bro, you don't listen. He's like, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean, bro? I'm like, yo, bro, I told you it's a private session. We not up in here playing games with these people, bro. We not up in here playing games in these people's studio, and I'm not in here like, oh, and he's pointing at the girls like, oh, I mean, you know these girls. I thought it was gonna be a vibe. I said, bro, I told you it's a private session, yo. I told you not to bring nobody. Why are there girls here with you? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I mean, if you want, brother, ain't no pressure. I could tell them to leave right now. I said, no, you ain't got to tell them they're already here. But you don't listen, bro. I need you to know that. You don't listen. And he was like, whatever. So we get up in the studio. Dog is in the corner of the room now. He got a shit face on. His face is like, he moody the whole night. Just because I told him, yo, fucking listen, bro, if I wanted girls in my session, there will be girls in here. We can't be up in here playing, bro. This is a multi-million-dollar studio. We got a multi-million-dollar opportunity. I'm not going to be in here playing. We can party anywhere else. We're not going to party up in here. We literally just left a damn party, bro. I said it's a private session. Like, and I ain't playing him. I ain't screaming at him. I just put him to the side like, yo, bro, you do not listen. He ain't like that much now. So I end up ordering some food. And now I'm even more irritated because I ordered the food. And I make, like, my mama taught me right, bro. Like, if I got food, I divvy that up. Yo, I got some rice. So I'm feeding everybody off a plate of food that I ordered. You know what I'm saying? And obviously there's more people in the studio than I had anticipated because dog don't listen. I even gave him some of the food. So it's like, whatever. So that night comes to a close. The next day I get a call from the manager of the studio. He's like, yo, bro. He says this guy's name. Who's DJ such and such? I'm like, what? And I'm waking up out of my sleep to this conversation. Who's such and such? I'm like, who's such and such? Oh, this is my DJ. He like, yeah, he with you? I'm like, he's supposed to be. What's the problem? He was like, oh, he tried to go around you last night. I'm like, what? He said he tried to go around you last night. I got a text message from him saying, hey, what's up? It was great meeting you. Look, I know you rock with King Hoodie, but me and my other artists, we make music that's just as good. Please let me know when it's good for me to come through and we can chop it up. I look forward to linking with you. Like, I don't even remember meeting this dude, but I don't like this message. I don't like the way it sounds. Like, I know you work with King Hoodie, but me and this other guy make music that's just as good. Let me know when it's, we can link up. I just ain't like that, bro. He tried to go around you. I don't like that. So just keep your eyes up. Click and hung up. I was like, what? In my mind, I'm like, I'm not a hater, bro. I'm not a gatekeeper whatsoever. If you want to link with people, do that. Like, get it popping. I'm not tripping over that shit whatsoever. However, there's a way to do it, bro. Like, you didn't even need to involve me. You got the nigga's number. Talk to him. Why? Don't even put me in the message. But the way that you worded it makes it so that this dude will never work with you because he don't want to bring no haters that's going to do that to him. And then he called me the next day. The first thing I thought of, I thought homie stole something from the studio. I'm like, dog, did this nigga steal a mic or something? Did you steal? Dog, don't tell me you stole something from his damn studio. It wasn't. He just sent a slick text and the dude didn't like it, so he put me on my toes. He's like, yo, I don't like the way that message was worded. He know I work with you, but this other guy makes music that's just as good as you, and he wanted da-da-da. And I was like, okay, whatever. The crazy thing is, at that time, I had a call recorder app. All my calls were recorded. Why I did that, I don't really remember, but I know I had a call recorder, so I was able to play that conversation back. So I played it for one of my homeboys. He was like, bro, that's weird. I was like, yeah, I know. And so I ended up catching him like a few days later. I was like, hey, bro, I got to ask you a question. He's like, yeah, what's up? And so and nobody told you today you're worth it and deserve to be loved and cherished. I agree with that. Facts. And so I put him, good morning, Hannah, what up? I put him aside like a few days later, and I was like, hey, bro, I need you to explain something to me. He was like, what? I said, man, you remember the time we was in the studio? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, I got a weird call the day after that, man. Maybe you can help me understand this. And he was like, what? And I just played the recording. And he's like, he hearing the manager say, who is this DJ? He sent me this message. I don't like this. He tried to go around you. Keep the snakes out your circle. And his face just dropped to the ground. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I need help understanding that. Like, He's like, oh, well, I didn't mean it. I was just trying to network, and I was just trying to, I thought that's how you networked, and da-da-da. I said, yeah. There's a way to network, bro. That's not how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't network like that. Like, that's just not how you do that. And he was just like, oh, well, my bad. I don't know no better. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, you knew better. You came to the studio. I need help understanding that. I do need help understanding this. You came to the studio all lit and crazy. I pulled you to the side, told you don't listen. You didn't like that. You spent the rest of the night sulking in the corner, and now that I see, you was looking around the studio like, oh, so this dude Hoodie about to have a situation in the studio like this. He about to blow, he about to glow, he about to have all this shit. Nah, I'm gonna have to get it myself. So you made it a point to go and talk to the manager and try to say some slick shit like, I know you like this guy, but my shit is just as good. Like, that's not regular. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought that was an innocent accident if I know I didn't check you the night before about you not fucking listening. But that's what you did. And he was like, oh, no, it's all innocent. And my mom like, that shit ain't innocent. However, that's a strike. But another strike happened after that. Like, we had a listening party. He ain't come. He produced Exodus, and he didn't care about it. And then after that, oh, so you do have patience for a hater. Yeah, because I needed to understand that shit. I'm like, explain this to me. His explanation was weak. Sometimes you got to ask him, like, yo, explain this. I'm like, yeah, but your explanation is weak. And so after that, I decided to do a challenge. You know how they got challenges out here? Like, they'll drop a beat and be like, yo, there's a challenge. So I said, oh, we're going to do the Exodus challenge. I put the beat on YouTube, like, yo, y'all rap on this beat. Y'all send me the best verse. We're going to do a challenge. And then the producer called me like, hey, bro, I don't really want to do a challenge. I sell my beats for like $30 on this website, so I don't really want that. But can you take the beat down? And in my mind, I'm like, bro, why does it feel like every time you produce a song, you never promoted it. I did a listening party. You didn't even come to the listening party. And the last time I even had a conversation with you was that hating ass shit. Why does it seem like every time I'm going to do something, you trying to like cut my Achilles? Like why? Dog, we doing a challenge with your beat only makes your beat more popular, more famous. It promotes the song. It makes the song better. What's going on? Oh, well, I don't really want it to happen. Take the beat down. And I'm like, I'll talk to you later. And throughout the whole day, he texting me like, take the beat down. Hey, the beat is still up. Can you take the beat down? And in my mind, I'm like, bruh, you leaving this beat on your damn laptop, no one listening to it don't help you. You putting the beat up on social media and having different people rap on the beat helps you, bruh. Helps promote the song, bruh. It's a challenge, bruh. Like, why you acting like you new to the internet? This shit, like, it benefits you in a million ways for this beat to be out. It don't benefit you for it to not be out and you be like this. I'm like, brother, you know what, bruh? I end up jumping on the phone like, look, bruh, I'll be real with you. If you don't want to do the challenge, I'll take it down out of respect. But if I got to take this beat down, you a fucking hater. You a hater, bro, and you can't convince me otherwise. Because it seemed like you looking for every way to stop my shine. You produced the song, never promoted it. You didn't come to the listening party when we dropped it. Now you're looking for a way to, like, bring progress back. Like, oh, don't do a challenge for the song that I promoted. Bro, you holding me back. And on top of that, I already didn't like you from a month ago when you did that slick shit at the studio. And on top, you didn't listen. And then you did that slick shit with the manager of the studio. He had to call me about it in the morning. Like, you a hater, bro, and I don't want to fuck with you. I don't fuck with you whatsoever. You a hater. So that was my last time telling somebody that was a hater, and I had to call him like, yo, I don't fuck with you whatsoever. Then I seen him a week later, and he knew not to say nothing to me. He was in the presence, but he knew not to say nothing to me. And then even after that, I was right. My judgment was correct because like a month later, this nigga went on the internet going off on like a rant. He had like a crazy rant. Why you ain't just buy it? The $30, no, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't about buying the beat versus not buying the beat. He produced the beat for me. He made that beat for me to make that song. So we put it out together. He said, I don't want that beat out because I'm also selling it on the side. How the fuck you made a beat for me? I made a good song to it. And then you start waiting for the song to get popular so you can sell the beat do you not understand how music works? And then furthermore, it's more lucrative to do it one way, sell it one way to one person. So one artist has it, not a million other people. But even if you want to do that if you would have told me that in advance, I would have never used the beat to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it doesn't make any sense. You feel me? It's idiotic on so many different levels. And that was the last time I had to tell somebody they was a hater, bro. And I was like, man, no, you a fucking hater, and that shit's done. Then like a month later, he went on the internet and he was having a rant. He was like live streaming, and people sending it to me. They was like, yo, this dude talking about you on the internet. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I ended up seeing it. Dude was going crazy, talking about like, oh, you try to help people. You try to put people on a platform. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, but you a fucking ghost out here, bro. Like, I was literally helping you, dog. I literally, outside of music, I put you on to work at my actual job at the time, which was, wait, this is the same dude who was with you at your event you had in Wynwood? I think it was Wynwood. Which event? Because everything I'm talking about happened in 2019. Yeah, everything I'm talking about happened in 2019 right now. Like, That whole hater talk happened in 2019 when that project came out. But damn, I gotta roll. Yeah, I gotta roll. I gotta get up out of here. But yeah, that was the last time I had to talk to a hater, and the shit was crazy. But it be like that. Like once I detect you a hater, bro, and it ain't gonna change it because the closer you are in proximity to me, the worse my life is gonna get, and I'm not gonna know it until I find a way to purge you from my life and from my circle. And so I want to motivate everybody. If you got a hater around you today, let them know and then leave, or just leave. You ain't even gotta let them know. Some haters, I didn't even let them know I knew they was haters. I just like went on. You know what I'm saying? So what did we learn from that? What I learned from that, bro, keep them squares about your circle. Keep squares out your circle, and you gotta analyze people. You gotta like. It's weird though, cause I would have never expected that from him. He was a vibey person. Like I thought he was a positive person, but turns out he wasn't a positive person. And I should have seen the red flag when he told me he didn't like black girls, because of in the conversation that I was talking about, that wrap up just ate. I'm telling you. In that conversation I was saying 2 days ago, where I said I knew 2 people who told me, oh, they're black boys that don't like black girls. He was one of them. He was one of them talking about he don't like black girls because of the weave, and he don't like black girls because of the attitude, and you know he ain't gonna deal with no black girl. And in my mind, I'm like, bruh, you're black as fuck. What are you talking about? What are you saying? What are you saying, bro? Like, what are you talking about? You sound like an idiot. But I should have known. I should have known. Now I know, bro. I gotta be very cautious with black men who are not raised in black environments. That I found in my personal life. I found that all the black homies that I got that was raised in predominantly white or Spanish environments, there's some sort of mental fragmenting and disassociation there with your own people. And I don't know if I even want to engage with people like that moving forward. But, you know, it's shit just weird, bro. It's weird. It's a very weird thing. It's a very weird thing. The hater signs were very red. Oh, see, now Boo Queen is on it. Yeah. Bye. Yeah, that's what I learned from it pretty much. Like, when somebody tell you who they are, even on the small levels, like, believe them. But then also, like, red flags. Like, monitor those red flags. And then also, the reason I didn't like the fact that when he brought the people to the studio was, I'm like, bro, like, you don't listen. You do not listen. If I just, that means if you wanted to do some stupid shit when I just told you this was a private studio session, that means if this was an important session and I invited you, you would have done some idiotic shit. So I'm happy that it was some internal conflict and I could just remove you from the environment versus if I was really depending on you to do the right thing. Now I just know I can't rely on you. I just told you one thing. Bruh, I was with you an hour ago at a party and I told you it's a private studio session we're going to, and you made your way with a fucking party. What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah, he didn't want to listen. That was purposeful. Right. Y'all have an incredible day. I'm going to see you guys later. Peace. Life, love, pursuit of happiness, the whole 9. Again, follow me if you're not already following me. Thank you all you guys for being up in here. E.T., Boo Queen, Devin, Chasing Smiles, La Morenita, Hannah, all the homies up in here. I appreciate you guys greatly. Thanks, as always. Icy Angels, appreciate you. As always, thank y'all for being in the live. Y'all could be anywhere, especially at 10 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And Killy, what's up? Yeah, I appreciate you guys. See y'all later. Again, if you want to watch this video again, go straight to the YouTube channel. You can rewatch and replay all of the lives. I feel like this live was more like personal. It wasn't a whole lot of knowledge dropping in this one, but it was still a vibe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to see you guys later. Have an amazing day. La Morenita. Peace. Have a good day. I'm going to see y'all later. Have a good one. Bless up. Be safe. Be happy. See you guys later. Peace. I feel like this live was more like personal. It wasn't a whole lot of knowledge dropping in this one, but it was still a vibe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to see you guys later. Have an amazing day. La Morenita. Peace. Have a good day. I'm going to see y'all later. Have a good one. Bless up. Be safe. Be happy. See you guys later. Peace.